Welcome everybody to our latest session of Dragon of Icespire Peak. I always butcher that name for some reason. But yes, the group is ready to take on this session. So as usual, we'll do a quick recap and then we will get into the fun stuff. So the group started off last week having arrived at Falcon's Lodge, and there was quite a bit of time spent there at Falcon's Lodge, both meeting some of the staff, meeting with Falcon himself, discussing and requesting some additional information from Falcon, specifically some help from him. The group had seemingly hoped to be able to convince Falcon to travel to the ranch that had been overrun by the orcs and aid the party in defeating the orcs there and potentially rescuing the owner of the ranch. However, by the time the group made it to Falcon's Lodge, had the conversation, and started having these discussions, Falcon pointed out that quite a bit of time had already passed here, and what was the odds that the orcs would hold a prisoner for multiple days and just stay there hunkering down at the ranch. He guessed that most likely if the orcs hadn't killed the Big Al, the owner of the ranch, they would have taken him to be sold into slavery instead. But there really wouldn't be a whole lot of reason for them to just hang out there at the ranch. There was an idea floated that perhaps the orcs would make this like a new base of theirs, but Falcon didn't seem to think that that was very likely. So with that idea somewhat squashed, not knowing exactly how to follow up on that, the group then were deciding what to do next. Falcon did mention that he didn't want to go to the ranch, but if the group wanted to head that way, scope it out, see what was happening, Falcon seems very confident that he can survive an orc attack on his lodge if he's there and they're coming through the forest and he has time to prepare, set traps. He's explained that he knows the terrain here, he'd use that to his advantage, and so he's not too concerned about the orcs attacking his lodge. But as far as the ranch, going up against 24 orcs, I believe is the number the group was sort of floating to him, seemed like it was not necessarily a great idea. So with all of this information obtained, Falcon did float out there that he was hoping eventually to find somebody to check out this sort of ruined mansion in the woods. It's kind of been sitting there for quite some time. It's not, as far as Falcon was aware, it wasn't actively being used, but he just thought there was something a bit spooky about it. The last time he was nearby it, he said he got this kind of strange feeling, almost like hairs on the back of the neck standing up kind of feeling, and he was hoping that he could get a group to go check it out and just confirm that there was no issues there. The group, without knowing that this Butterskull Ranch idea has come to naught, has decided that, yeah, they will take on this request from Falcon and see what they could find over in this ruined mansion in the woods. Once the group made this decision, the group did indeed eat some dinner, drink, and so forth, and enjoy the hospitality of Falcon. Were able to recover from their wounds, and those of you that are paying attention, one of our house rules is you can only get a long rest in a place of safety, not just out in the middle of the woods somewhere. So this serves as a point of safety. So the group now has this additional location that, as they're exploring this area of the Sword Coast, they could certainly make use of as needed. However, once the group decided to leave, I did throw out a quick DM note that, well, be aware that this particular section of the module is a little bit more difficult, and it's not the expectation necessarily that the group heads there right now. So I made sure the group was aware of this additional level of difficulty. However, the group decided that they still wanted to check it out and arrived eventually after traveling through the woods and encountering a strange berry bush that had a strange voice associated with it, almost tantalizingly interesting, or tantalizing in a way, taunting people to sort of get closer, reach further in to grab these deeper red and even purple berries of the bush. The group kind of pushed their luck maybe a little bit, but decided not to go too far. And as they were leaving, heard again this little sort of like slight laughter seemingly coming from inside the bush. Not wanting to test that, not sure what else to do, the group decided to just avoid that and go around it. Once the group arrived at this ruined mansion in the forest, they were able to find that it was a kind of a smaller, well, not small, but I guess medium-sized clearing, you could say. And surrounding the actual ruined mansion itself was these pumpkin patches. And it seemed as though these pumpkin patches contained some boars. And the group thought it was very curious that the boars were spread out so organizedly so, with one boar in each pumpkin patch, and they seemed to think that that was very strange. And also, having previously spotted some oddities with a boar when they were fighting at the logging camp, they suspected this might be some kind of a concern. So the group eyed the mansion here for quite some time, passed by a window where they were able to spot an orcish-looking individual, and decided that once the orc had spotted them as well, that they decided to take a wide loop around the mansion and kind of just wait and watch and see what happened. Nothing really seemed to happen for an hour or so here. The group continued watching, decided eventually to back off a little bit, kind of watch from a bit more of a distance, heard this loud-sounding trumpeting horn, and were able to spot some orcs carrying some torches that were making their way away from the mansion. The group assumed this meant that there was perhaps less threats now in the mansion. Maybe this would be an opportune time to head on in and see what's going on. The group debated first about attacking the boars, but ultimately decided not to do so, and decided to head in through one of the ruined doors on the north side of the mansion. Once they arrived inside, the door was destroyed beyond any type of easy repair. I know Finn had floated the idea of what would it take to repair it, and I said, probably some raw materials as well as a significant amount of time here. But the group started exploring this area of the mansion. They found themselves in one room where there was a fireplace with a mantle, and there were several of these twig figures that were set, sort of lying almost like dolls on this mantelpiece. The twig figures looked similar to the twig figures that the party had previously discovered at the logging camp, and in that situation it was all bundled together, and there was the symbols of Talos that the group recognized as a sign of ill omen, and it was said that the position of this collection of twig figures, also known as a fetish, would bring some bad luck, bad fortune to anybody nearby. With this in mind, the group decided to take a look at these twig figures a little bit more closely, and each one of them, of our 6-party group, 4 of these twig figures actually were dressed up and resembled some of our characters in the party. As the group started investigating them, looking to perhaps destroy them or maybe keep them as a keepsake, the twig figures actually seemed to animate and attack the party. The group was able to defeat these twig figures without too much difficulty because, hey, they're just twig figures, right? With that accomplished, the group then passed further south into the mansion and found this room sort of like a courtyard where there was a lot of vines, very thick vines growing out of this well. The group decided that was a little bit sketchy and decided to make their way further south. Doing so, they found that there was a hole in the ceiling and they could make out the upper floor above them. The group decided to use a rope and try to climb up there and see what was going on. But first of all, to get the rope to a logical place or tie it off somewhere, the decision was made for Bryn to grab Finn and throw him up to the second floor, which he was able to do without too much difficulty. Finn then used the rope and dangled it down, but this amount of noise from Finn cascading up there, smashing around, and some of the early group members starting to climb that rope and hit into some of these planks along the opening of the ceiling here seemed to create enough noise that attracted the attention of some nearby opponents, we'll call them. And the group quickly found themselves engaged in combat. It's a little bit difficult as far as what exactly they're facing right now because their view is really limited to out this window as most of the group has scurried up to the second floor. However, we do still have one player character, Reggie, who is down below as the second door to the room has now opened, and it seems as though a lot of noise is coming from that room to the north. So I'll go ahead and pause there the recap. Does anybody have anything else they would like to add that I missed? Alrighty, hearing nothing, we will go ahead and award inspiration to Reggie for another entry into Reggie's research journal. And let's bring the group right back over to the action. Alright group, so we find ourselves back in this woodland mansion, and as I mentioned, most of the group is upstairs on the second floor. However, Reggie's still down below, so we will pick up as soon as I put on some more appropriate music here at the top of the round with Cat. All right, there we go. Cat, your turn.
All right. I think I remember we said a bunch of vines came through this window last time.
Yes, indeed.
Is it like obstructed? Do I think I can get a shot out of there, or do I need to do something else?
Yeah, it's not totally covered that you wouldn't be able to shoot through, but yes, you remember the vines did indeed stretch from down below and break through this glass and sort of cover this area here. But you can think of it more or less like they're grasping on to the edges of the window itself. They're not completely obscuring it.
Okay. Then...
What, a whole week to figure out what you were going to do and you didn't come up with a plan? What the heck?
And it's fucking 90 degrees here. I have no AC. I've been up since 2 in the morning.
Oh boy.
Let's see. No, I think I'm gonna move. I think Cat's gonna move to this door 5 feet. Open, interact with object to open this door. This should lead to the balcony, I think.
As you open this door, and you should be able to go ahead and click your open door button to do so, you will notice that this looks to be the upper arcade. So yeah, you could think of it sort of as a balcony overlooking that central area.
Where's my button?
If you click on your token, you should notice it as a token action at the top left, and it will say open closed door.
Open closed door. Super. So that's 5 feet of movement. I can go 10, 15. Oh, right. This is oh shit. This is a multi-tiered map, isn't it? What do I see? Is this a closed window?
It is, yeah. So that's a glass pane.
Okay. Shoot. That is not what I expected to happen. Okay. So that was 5, 10, 15. So I'd have to use my action to open the next window, so I can't do that this turn. So I'm going to go back then. 20, 25, 30. Bonus action dash to the window. So another 15 feet. And then do I see... I know I can't see it on this screen because the actual enemies are over here somewhere. But can I see the big one that Kurtu shot with his fireball? Or whatever scorcher thing?
You can see, looking down, several plant creatures. The one in the center seems to be quite wounded as it is singed.
I will take a shot at that one. And I think I will throw a hit die onto this to make it more likely.
Sure thing. Go ahead and make your attack and roll a hit die to add to the attack roll.
Yeah, I'll roll the hit die, but it doesn't matter because I rolled a 1, naturally.
That is true, yes, unfortunately. And then go ahead and roll yourself a ranged fumble.
You would expect if you're hot, your dice would be hot.
What happened? Fumble. Why isn't it doing anything?
Let's see, do you have your token selected and then you click the bottom button at the bottom where you should have one for fumble?
Yep.
And it's just not working?
It doesn't appear to be doing anything.
Well, let's take a peek real quick. Maybe the scripts just crashed. Just take a look and see if that sandbox needs restarting.
Maybe we can go ahead and say, for the ease of combat, maybe we just say nothing embarrassing, except embarrassment happens for this one.
Yeah, just for speed of combat, that's a great idea.
It does not look like the scripts have crashed, so let me try it on yours and let me see if this works.
It's Bill in the sandbox again. Bill, get out of the sandbox.
There you go. You are embarrassed by your poor showing, but nothing remarkable happens.
Great, so I'm going to use my last 15 feet of movement to run back away.
Alright, next up we have one of the stick figures. Okay, Reggie, you're going to see coming through that other doorway is one of these little stick figures. As it moves through, you see its little tiny head turns and seems to recognize you, and it is going to move over, getting closer to you. And next up we have Reggie.
Hey, good old curveball, Adam. Love it. Alright. I want to make this movement. First of all, before I move, I have 2 questions. I'm sorry. Ignore that triangle of movement. I'm just going to stay there.
I haven't seen anything yet, so you're good.
Okay. Question 1. How tall is the ceiling from my head to the floor? Or I guess from the floor to the ceiling, rather.
Let's see. Ceiling. So ceilings on the ground floor are 8 feet high.
Okay. And the second question, the windows facing to my south here, do they look openable? And how big are they?
They are panes of glass, and we have sort of quickly decided that actually no, I don't think you guys, I know somebody floated the idea of going out the windows, but I don't think anybody investigated them too much. So here's exactly what it says in the module. Windows are 2 1/2 foot wide, 5 foot high apertures, and we've declared that they are glass.
Okie dokie. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do then. Twig Blight threw me a curveball, but not too bad. I'm going to move to here.
All right, now just as a reminder, you are holding this door closed, correct?
Yep, yes sir.
Okay, so as you step away from the door, you notice almost instantly it starts to open, but that will affect on the next turn, of course.
Okie dokie. I'm going to get to this point, and I'm going to look up at everybody through the hole, and I'm going to tap my staff twice on the ground, and you see all of his body parts swoop into his turtle shell, and then the turtle shell kind of shrinks down, and he's going to wild shape.
Into a spider?
No, he's gonna, I think did you build it into my...
I usually do if it's there. Yeah, there you go.
Cool. A giant centipede.
That's cool.
Ew.
Alright, so as a non-moon druid, that is your action to wild shape. So you've moved 5-10 feet, you then turn into a giant centipede, which is a small beast.
And I'm going to use my remaining 20 feet to skirt up the wall into the top level. I know it may present an opportunity attack on me, but so be it.
It will indeed, yes. Okay, so let me just give you access to the sheet real quick.
Does the centipede have mushrooms growing on its carapace?
Well, that's definitely a question for Reggie. Alright, so I'm going to put that just right under your sheet for now. We'll get you like a folder for your wild shapes if this becomes more of a common thing. But yeah, so you turn into a giant centipede, and I assume your thinking here is that you're going to try to climb up the side of the wall?
That is my thinking, yeah. I mean, it's got a climbing speed of 30, so...
Okay, so here's where things get a little bit challenging. So climb speed without having something like spider climb, for example, usually means that you can climb, but you don't stick to things, right? So being a small beast to try to climb up the side of a flat wall is going to be quite challenging. You have a climb speed, so you're not going to lose any speed in attempting to do so, but I am going to ask that you give me I think it would probably only be fair on the centipede to be a dex check. So go ahead and throw me a dexterity check as you attempt to climb up the side of this wall. And again, you won't be able to hang upside down or anything like that to get to the ceiling, because again, that's a spider climb feature. But we'll see how close you can get to the opening.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I got 20 feet, so I figure I could scoot pretty quick. It looks like a centipede's dex.
Yeah, I'm going to scoot you there. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm going to scoot you there and put your centipede right where you are, just so we know where exactly you are in centipede form. You will... I guess I'll give you this option since you're our only druid. Typically, what I do is have all NPCs HP randomized. So when you wild shape, would you like randomized HP, or would you like it to be set to exactly average?
Average.
Okay.
4 for 4.
All right, so I'm going to put you to average. Okay, and yes, now go ahead and throw a dexterity check, please.
Okay, 2 things. One, Centipede's dex is +2, and then also I'm going to use a hit die for it.
Okay,
Which I believe a druid's hit die is a D8, right?
that is correct.
Okay. So D8 first, D20 next.
All right, so you start making some progress as you try to climb up this wall. It's pretty challenging, as I say, without any kind of spider climb ability. Much as you suspected, as soon as you get a little bit out of the range of this little twig creature, it is indeed going to try to slash out at you with these claws, and I will need a defensive roll from you. Okay, now let's just see here real quick. Oh, okay, perfect. That actually worked out exactly right. Okay, so as the centipede starts scurrying up this side of the wall, the claws slash out but do not manage to connect. So what I'm going to say here is you are climbing up. You're kind of in a little crevice on the side. Now, again, small beast, so you're like halfling size. You know, you're not an insect, right? Or insect size, I should say. So we're going to assume you're holding on to this sort of side of the... maybe, right? Yes. Holding onto the side of the wall here, and you've gotten yourself to the point where you're basically at the top of the ceiling, or top of the wall, but now you're faced with the ceiling. And again, you won't be able to climb strictly upside down. So I would say next round you might have a chance to do like a jump or something like that to try to get there. Again, might be a little bit challenging, but that is where you find yourself.
Okay. Is that all my movement, or can I scurry into the corner over here?
I would say that's all your movement, again, mainly because you don't have spider climb. If you had spider climb, I'd say go nuts and move anywhere you want.
So if I would have transformed to a spider, I would have been okay?
If it has spider climb, yes. Because spider climb, I know it's kind of, when you don't see the monster stat blocks very often, it can be a little bit confusing, the difference between climb and spider climb. But climbing is like anybody can climb, right? If you have a climb speed, all that means is it doesn't cost you twice your movement in order to climb. But if you have spider climb, it means you can actually like stick to things and move around very easily.
Sounds like a plan, Adam. Let's ride it out. The dice have been rolled, sir.
Let's see how it goes. Yes. All right, we move back to Talhoun is up on the second floor.
Okay, so if I recall correctly, I had already dropped the rope. So I'm going to make a quick movement here. And do I see any monsters out of the window here? Because I remember seeing...
Yes, indeed. As you look over, you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and I would say parts of other monsters that are scurrying out of your line of sight.
Okay. Do I see anything that doesn't look like a Twig Blight?
You do. Yes, you see this injured creature that is singed that looks like maybe you would call it a vine blight.
That's fun. Okay. I'm going to take out a javelin and huck it at it.
All right, so you take a hand off of your great sword, grab a javelin from your side, and throw it through the open window towards the creature. Yes, that will indeed connect. Go ahead and post damage. All right, the javelin smashes into it hard. You can see it gets punctured solidly in its chest and looks very badly hurt.
All right, I'm gonna action surge. All right, no, I'm gonna move back. Adam, how close can I get to? I guess like. No, I think I'm gonna stay here.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right, from inside this room with the door now open, we're gonna see the door gets fully pushed open. And pouring through is a creature. Okay, now, it is obviously, again, being small, it is going to notice you. And you're going to see from where it stands, it steps up here just a little bit under you, Centipede. And then you see the vines that are its arms stretches out, trying to grab you. And I will need a defensive roll.
Can't do a stealth check as like a slinky little centipede?
If you were the insect size, I would say he probably wouldn't even see you, period. But remember, you're like the size of a halfling. All right. So, you try to avoid this as these vines reach out, and you manage to avoid it. Okay, next up, moving through the doorway, is a Twig Blight. As the Twig Blight steps through, it is a little too short to be able to reach you, so it kind of just moves around and starts looking a bit up through the hole, kind of curious. Another creature comes through, and similarly just kind of starts looking up. This creature, which is very badly injured, comes through and is also going to attack you with a Vine, Centipede. Another defensive roll, please.
Can I add a hit die to a defensive roll?
Good question. I don't know if we decided. I don't think we did that. I think we said attack rolls and skill checks only.
Said it had to be on our turn as well.
Ah, that makes sense. That's a good variant. Coming at you, Adam.
This time, as you try to avoid, the Vine does indeed manage to smack into you. It is going to deal 9 points of bludgeoning damage. This will deal the 4 of your Centipede form and 5 carryover to Reggie. In addition, Reggie, as you're kind of clung Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to the wall, you're going to now fall down. It's not far enough to deal any damage to you, but as you're falling down, you also realize that this creature's Vine attack has grabbed you, and you are now considered to be both grappled and restrained.
Pleasant day.
So far, yes. Alright, another creature steps through, and it is going to move to here. Doesn't seem like it has a good way to get to you at this point, so that's about as far as it's going to go. This one here. Okay, this one here is actually going to step up to here, and then Talhoun, you're going to notice suddenly as its body kind of moves a little bit, these vines almost burst forth from its chest, reaching up towards through the window, trying to grab you, and I will need you to make a strength saving throw. Okay, Talhoun, these vines do indeed grasp onto you, and as they do, you find that you are now restrained. So everybody up there on second floor, you notice all these vines break through the window, grasping on a Talhoun, almost pulling him towards the window, and you can see him struggling a bit here as he is unable to move. Alright, this one is going to make his way also through. And once he gets to here, Reggie, he's going to attack you with his Vine. I will need another defensive roll now as Reggie. Nice. This will count as a fumble for him, so go ahead and roll a melee fumble.
Explodes in a fiery passion for only a 5-foot radius.
I don't think that one's on the table.
Melee, right?
Yes. Alright, so you notice that he sort of slips as he's trying to strike you with this long vine. If you were to attack him next turn, you think you'd do so at advantage. Alright, top, we got Misa up here. You notice her looking very concerned as she looks down into this area where Reggie is. Let's see, she is going to try to protect you with a Guardian Dragonfly. So you're going to see she kind of like rustles in her pouch here and blows through the air. You see this dragonfly kind of lays on you for a moment, and you feel yourself protected. You have +2 to your AC. And then she will throw some pouch dust down at the one that is currently grappling you. And that'll certainly affect it as that pouch dust settles on the creature and wounds it. She will then back up a little bit and pass her turn. And we move to the other creature here. It will pile into the room here. And then we move to Finnegan.
Alright, so I'm going to do the same. I'm going to look down that hole and see what's grappled my friend. And Reggie, I'm going to take my lighter out. I'm going to blow on the flame and cast a firebolt on it.
Your firebolt singes down through the hole and does indeed connect to the viney creature. Go ahead and post damage. Just click on the... Yeah. There
Oh,
you go.
yeah. All right, and then I'm going to move 5, 10. Oh, let me ask you this. This door, is it open? And it's open, right?
Yeah, so
Well,
this
on
is
the
a
right
double
is, yeah.
door. Right, the east side door is open.
I'm going to ask Kat as just a little interaction. Is there anything on the other side of those doors?
No, but there's closed windows, so someone needs to get them open so we have more angles to shoot from.
Okay. 10, 15, 20. But there's another door down there.
Don't worry about that other door. We're just trying to shoot into the courtyard. But stay away from the windows in case they try to grab you.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to stay there, wait my next turn. Okay, end my turn.
Talhoun, you're going to notice with a bit of horror here as this little blight climbs up the vines that currently stretch up towards you, getting right into the window here as it lashes out towards you. Please give me a defensive roll at disadvantage as you are currently restrained. Yes, clawing at these vines, trying to shake them off. Unfortunately, it makes you an easy target. You will suffer 2 points of piercing damage. Alright, another blight moves into the room as we move to Kurtu.
I think Reggie's sacrificing himself for us. Maybe we should take advantage of that.
But for now, what I'm going to do is I am going to help our paladin friend by attacking stick figure with firebolt.
And I know. Oh, so you're the one right in front of Talhoun. Gotcha. Okay. So again,
Yep.
this is a bit of a narrow gap, so he will get benefit from cover here, but you can certainly make your attack.
If I go here, will that help my at
No,
all?
you're shooting through Talhoun, so unfortunately you are going to have cover from pretty much any angle besides going the other way and breaking up the other window.
You know what? I feel lucky. Let's see where it goes.
Firebolt does indeed smack right into the twig creature.
Burn on fire, you stick figure.
This seems to be particularly effective as you realize the twig blights are vulnerable to fire. This little twig creature is entombed in fire as it falls to the ground dead.
Ha! Got another one.
Alright, back down below, we have another twig creature moving on through. And still another one. Alright, then we have some movement from the other room. Reggie, you notice that orcish-like being enters the threshold. You see it turns and looks at you with this very angry-looking glare on its eyes. As it sees you there, you see it waves its hands, quickly casting a spell. And then it will step away. Okay, and then after that one, we have another one of the twig blights. And then we move to Bryn.
Okay, is Talhoun still grappled by the twig?
He is grappled by the vines, yes.
The vine, sorry. Can I grab him and try and ungrapple him?
Yes, if you wish to spend your action to try to break him free, you can certainly attempt to.
Yes, I'd like to do that.
Okay, let's see here. Give me a strength check. So not a strength save, just a straight up strength check. which to do that, all you do is open your sheet, click on it, there you go. All right, so using your free hand, you reach out and grab Talhoun around the horse collar and pull him back, breaking him free from the vines. I'm going to assume you've pulled him here, and the vines now snap. There's still quite a bit of vine debris in the window here, but they are no longer grappling onto Talhoun.
Okay. And then if I move here and peer down the hole, can you describe what I see down below?
You see Reggie, who is currently grappled by a long vine, and you see 3 stick figures standing right next to him, as well as one of these vine creatures.
And is that orc creature that we just talked about, is he down there?
You don't see him.
Okay. Alright. Thank you. And I'll end my turn there.
Okay, Reggie, I'm modifying something on your sheet real quick just to try to help for a future situation. All right, yeah, so I'll move this guy here, and he is also going to attack you, Reggie, so defensive roll, please. Actually, yeah, I don't think this modification is going to work how I hope, so we'll have to just probably do this manually. Okay, so this reaches out to attack you. You are rolling at disadvantage because of restrained, so we will take the lower of those 2 numbers, and let me check something here. No, okay, so yes, that certainly will not hit you. As we move to the top of the next round with Cat.
I'm not gonna fuck this one up this time, knock on wood. So if I move 5, 10, 15 and peer down the hole from where Finn was, can I see the one that's grappling Reggie?
You can.
Is it next to him or is it farther away?
It is next to him.
Then I will take the shot with sneak attack.
The bolt definitely connects, puncturing in and destroying this vine creature.
Alright, and I have 15 more feet, so I will back off to where I was. And I think I will use my shifter feature to switch into my Swift Stride form, give me 10 more movement and the ability to retreat if something ends its turn next to me.
Okay.
So I will mark that off. In a second here, about in my turn, I'll just do that.
All right, this guy here standing right next to Reggie.
Hang on, Adam. Pow!
All right, yes, that will affect him as you notice these spores reach out and strike into this Twig Blight, and yes, he looks to be a bit darker, as though this necrotic energy is coursing through his little stick figure body. In return, he is going to strike out at you, so I will need a defensive roll, Reggie. Okay, as he slashes out, that is indeed going to connect against you, Reggie, so you will suffer 2 points.
Is that with the +2 from Misa included?
It is not, nope, so go ahead and ignore that 2 piercing damage. All right, Reggie, it is your turn. You find yourself with quite a few enemies here around.
I do, Adam, I do indeed. But Reggie shows no fear in his face, primarily because it takes him a long time to do so. What he's gonna do is, you guys see. Well, I guess I don't know if you see it, but he's going to use his bonus action to cast this, and he's gonna point to the spot right below his feet, and like this large, like plot of mushrooms start to grow, and they're like waving in the air underneath his feet.
Okay.
And that is his bonus action, and for his action, he's going to use his symbiotic entity, which will use up his last wild shape, which that gives him 12 temporary hit points. And my reaction is back. I'm just going to I'm just gonna hold my ground.
All right, move up to the 2nd floor with Talhoun.
Okay, down there on the bottom floor. How close are like the closest monsters to me?
How close are they to you? I would say Your feet are at the 8-foot mark, and there's the only thing you can see from here that is somewhat close to you are stick figures. So they would be a good, I would say, 6 feet-ish away from you.
Okay, so that sucks.
6 feet away from your feet. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, I was hoping I might be able to make some golf swings down there.
I mean, you think certainly not with a great sword. If you had like maybe a lance, you think it would work really well?
It keeps coming back.
It keeps coming.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, I need a lance, guys. Let's go back and get it. Okay, so there is no creature there. There's just vines.
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna 5 feet is the same creature out there that was already hit with my javelin.
No. Looking from there, you can only see one vine creature who is standing there.
All right, I'm getting javelined. And that's my last javelin. Oh.
Nice. Go ahead and roll yourself a ranged crit.
I don't see ranged. Maybe I'm missing.
After you hit a critical hit, it should prompt you to pick... oh, actually, I'm sorry, piercing, yes. I was thinking of the
Piercing.
fumble rules. Okay, so this would count as a true crit, so go ahead and post your damage. We'll take both rolls. All right, javelin punctures into the vine creature, wounding him.
Okay, and I learned my lesson the last time, so I'm actually going to move around here. So that's 20 feet of movement total, and that's my turn.
Okay, down below we have more of these twig creatures. First twig creature will try to attack you, Reggie. Defensive roll, please.
Okie dokie.
Yes, this claw just hits into your shell. Let's see, next one, same thing. So I'll need another defensive roll, Reggie. Again, not able to get through your defenses here. Okay, this one is going to attack you from there as this long vine stretches.
I'm sorry, Adam. I meant to use my Halo Spores on this guy. I was waiting for him.
Okay, sure.
Ready. I don't know if that effect roll works or not.
He is not affected.
Okie dokie.
Okay, and then his vine attack will stretch out, trying to hit you. And defensive roll, please. Okay, yes, you managed to avoid that vine as it reaches out trying to hit you. Let's see, this little guy is also going to step in and try to hit you, Reggie, so another defensive roll. Yes, once again.
My God.
Hey, rock-shelled turtle, man, I tell you. All right, this one's going to come in from outside, get to here, and that vine will stretch out. Reggie, another defensive roll. Yes, once again, managing to avoid that. As this one will also try to attack you, Reggie. Another defensive roll.
Oh, inspiration, Adam.
You want to spend inspiration on that?
I mean, I'm still restrained, ain't I?
No, because the one that was restraining you was killed.
Oh, I'm sorry. So much is going on down here.
That's okay. When you're getting hit by like 25 guys, you're allowed to be a little confused.
Okay,
So,
ixnay that. No inspiration.
no worries. All right, that one will miss as well. As we move back to the top with Miza, she will step up, throw down some pouch dust. Yes, this will actually singe away one of the stick figures. She will then step back from the hole. All right, moving to this guy. He's going to push into the corner here and attack you, Reggie. Defensive roll.
Oh, that I'm going to inspire.
All right, you burn your inspiration and re-roll that.
Thanks for the lookout there, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, this will indeed miss as we move to Finnegan's turn.
All right, 5, 10, 15. There's got to be a twig in sight for my lighter firebolt.
There are 3.
I'll pick one that looks the weakest. Boom.
All right, go ahead and post damage. Yes, Firebolt. Oh, yeah, just totally obliterates this guy.
I'm going to say...
his next of kin.
I'm going to say... I want to set it up. Bryn, can you jump down there and bring him back? In my turn.
All right, this guy is going to take the flanking position on Reggie and attack. So, Reggie, go ahead and give me a defensive roll, and this will cancel out your Guardian Dragonfly. But you don't need it, as that will not connect and move to Kurtu.
We should use this tactic for every fight, guys.
I think it's called the turtle defense, is what it is.
We're turtling in the corner.
Reggie and his power shell, you know.
What, the turtle's still alive? That's wonderful!
So I'll come over here. Adam, do I see one of the greenies?
From there, you do not.
Alright, what about one of the Twig Blights?
Yes, you see 2 of them.
Alright, eeny, meeny, miny, I'll just pick one. And
Pick
then
one that has taken a turn yet.
I don't know if we can suss that out from up here.
Most definitely not. This will actually miss, and you are somewhat surprised. Nobody ever misses these guys, but you have, Kurtu. You miss.
No, I was starting a fire near them to make them scared. It was tactical.
All right, move to this next guy. He is going to step up into the line of danger here, striking out at Reggie. Another defensive roll for Reggie. Yes, managed to evade that as well. This guy can't quite get in there. Not enough room to attack Reggie, so he'll just kind of step up to here. Okay, Reggie, you notice the orc re-enters the room. He looks at you, and you can see he looks very upset at the fact that you're still standing there and you don't really look like you've been hurt much at all. To this effect, him being very unhappy, you see he casts another spell, and you see this electricity begins to pour through his hand as he stretches it out. You see it just obliterates the stick figure right in front of him, but then also jumps to you. I will need a dexterity saving throw. All right, you managed to succeed on the save. You will suffer half of this damage. All right, so that is going to be 14 points of lightning damage as this bolt of lightning strikes into you. And he will then step to there. All right, next twig guy is going to move up and doesn't seem at all concerned that he's stepping into a space where another twig guy just got obliterated, and he is going to strike out at you, Reggie. Another defensive roll. This one will manage to get through your defenses, and you will suffer 4 points of piercing damage.
Does he still have that shield thing?
He does, yep, but that does go through it. All right, move back to the top of the second floor here with Bryn.
All right, Adam, I had a quick point of order question.
Sure.
If I hypothetically were to use my phase step, could I carry one of my fellow people with me?
I believe phase step is just the same as Misty Step, and Misty Step does not allow you to bring somebody with you.
Okay. I would like to jump down into the hole.
As you look down below, you don't see any open space. You can certainly jump down on an opponent, but it's very likely you will fall prone in that space. Are you willing to do that?
No. can I face step next to Reggie? Is there any open space next to Reggie?
None at all. But if you peer down through the hole, you can face step right into the thick of things and be surrounded by 6 opponents into an empty space.
I'll do that.
All right, go ahead and burn a phase step as you suddenly appear down below. All right, so that is your bonus action. You find yourself there.
Okay, sorry. Getting on this laptop. Go. All right. Can I share a space with this guy right here? Pick Reggie up and throw him through the hole?
Unfortunately, no. You can't enter the space of an opponent, and you also know that Reggie's quite chunky. It won't be anything like trying to throw Finn.
Okay.
Oi, we can take him, Bryn. You take that half, I'll take this half.
All right. Sounds like a plan. I will. I'll try and smack that one since he's flanked.
All right, you swing at the twig figure between yourself and Reggie. That certainly will connect. Go ahead and post damage. Yes, you chop it in twain. All right, this guy here, noticing suddenly a new warrior has entered the battle, he will switch his focus and attack Bryn on the flank. Bryn, I will need a defensive roll, please. All right, with the +2, that still won't be enough. You manage to evade that strike as we move to the top of the round with Cat.
15 to here. Do I see one next to Reggie or Bryn?
You do, yes. You see from there, I would say you see 2 next to Reggie.
Only next to Reggie, not next to Bryn.
You don't see Bryn from where you're currently standing.
Okay. Are either of the ones next to Reggie one of the big ones?
No.
It's okay. I'm gonna shoot anyway. Gotta swing this action economy in our favor.
You fire down at one of the stick figures, connecting. Yes, that will easily destroy the creature.
We'll go back to my spot.
All right, we move back to Reggie.
Okie dokie. Alright, Adam. Okay, guys, for the ones peering down the hole and Bryn down here below, I haven't drawn my staff yet. I still got my shield and then just my bare hand and the other one. And you see him kind of pull both of his hands out, and he takes this really big breath, and you see like this cartoonish air kind of suck into his mouth, and then he shoots out like a blow dart. And I'm gonna cast Ice Knife at this guy in the threshold of the door.
Okay, yes, that Ice Knife will indeed connect as the blade flies, or the air pushes through, striking into him. You'll give me a spell effect roll as well.
I think that's, it just gave you the damage plus the, I got you, spell effect.
And yeah, I don't see the, oh, there we go. I'm gonna click here so I can get the description.
I think it's a 5-foot radius.
Okay, so first of all, this is a ranged spell attack. So my bad, yeah, it's not a spell effect. Let me just double check this. So this would actually be at disadvantage because you have enemies in melee. So as you make a, make a ranged spell attack. So yeah, so this will miss. Hit or miss, the shard then explodes. The target and each creature within 5 feet must succeed. Okay, so I do need the dex save. Okay, and so let's see. That's your spell effect roll. I'm going to have you give me, let's see, we'll cut 1, 2, 3. Give me 3 more spell effect rolls. Okay, so let's see. The first one, he is going to succeed on that save, and I think if they succeed, it's no damage.
Yeah, it's either hit or miss.
Okay, so no damage to the guy you initially targeted. The second guy, as this explosion occurs, will get struck for some cold damage. Let's see, the third guy will not, and the fourth guy will also take some cold damage.
Okie dokie. Also, I meant to take my D6 for the healing thing and my little mushrooms around me.
Yep, and make sure you're counting off number of uses of Healing Spirit as well.
Yeah, that's 3 left. And then, so that's action. No action required for the heal. And then, I'm gonna use my interact with object to draw my staff, and then my bonus action, you see him kind of twirl it around in his hand above his head and then slam it into the ground, and as he brings it up, it looks just way larger than it did before, and he's going to use his chalet to enhance it.
All right, both hands now occupied. Okay, move up to Talhoun, is up on the higher level.
Okay, do I see Lightning Bolt guy?
You do not.
Do I see the origin of where the lightning bolt came from if I'm looking down here?
I don't believe you were standing over the hole when the lightning bolt happened, or were you?
Yeah, I think I was standing here.
You would have seen it come from the northeast to the southwest.
Okay. Looking down, is there an unoccupied space?
There is, yes. It is surrounded by several opponents, but there is an unoccupied space.
What? Seeing Bryn jump down, I look around. That's my cue. So put me in,
Great,
coach.
we got your back.
Come on, big boy.
Come on, get down there! Get down there, Talhoun!
So you're jumping down below?
Yeah.
All right, give me an athletics check as you jump down, attempting to land on your feet.
Can I hit die?
No, that has to be declared before.
Oh,
So unfortunately, as you jump down, you don't do it so gracefully. You actually are going to suffer some damage.
Perfect.
That will be 1 point of damage, and you fall prone as you land.
Nice.
All right, so you jump down, snap an ankle maybe, but not really. But you just land on your butt as you're on the ground now.
Cool. Half my movement, stand up.
Okay. And what else, Talhoun?
All right. That guy right there, I'm assuming, is the one that casted that spell, right?
I don't know.
He's the one who shot the lightning, yeah.
Okay, cool. And I guess you're gonna see like a little flicker of Talhoun's hand, and I guess this like light, almost looks like a sunbeam through a window, is gonna come down on top of him, and I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark.
All right, you bonus action, cast Hunter's Mark.
And then this guy's gonna get hit.
All right, go ahead and make your attack at the stick figure. Unfortunately, that does not connect.
Hit dice. I know. All right, yep, that's my turn. Brace for impact.
All right, this guy's turn. Yeah, he will take advantage of the flank now. Talhoun, go ahead and give me a defensive roll, please. This will connect as the claw comes through, striking into you for 4 points of piercing damage. Okay, this guy is going to step here, and as he does, you notice suddenly, similar to what you've seen before, all this plant material suddenly bursts forth from him, stretching out, encompassing all of you. I will need all of you to give me strength saving throws. Reggie, you succeed. Talhoun, you fail and find yourself restrained.
Adam, can I use a hit die effect?
I think we said only on your turn, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
So I believe it was only really for skills and attack rolls. But you don't need it anyway, so this area is considered difficult terrain now. So I'm going to go ahead and get a quick shape on here. It's going to basically be like that, not exactly, but close enough. That whole area is considered difficult terrain. However, you notice these plant creatures don't seem to be affected by this. Alright, this one's turn. Talhoun, as you are struggling, it seems as though this creature recognizes this predicament that you are in and will attack you, and you will need a defensive roll at disadvantage. This will indeed connect as this strikes you for 6 points of bludgeoning, and you are double restrained.
Thing?
Not really, but it just means that for some reason all those vines and stuff went away, this guy is still restraining you. This one, same Talhoun, is going to attack you on the flank and on the... That will not affect him, Reggie, as you attempt it. He will attack Talhoun on the flank and restrain, so disadvantage, and he'll get -2 on that roll. This is going to hit as well, as you will be hit for 7 bludgeoning damage and find yourself triple restrained. All right.
I'm engulfed at this point.
Yeah, you're getting pulled from every which way. Misa will step up to the hole here, and let's see what she has in her little tool belt here. Yeah, okay, this one's not concentration, so she will once again pull some stuff out of her pouch, and you see she throws down below a bunch of flower petals upon you, and you find that you are surrounded by all of these flower petals, and enemies may not be able to attack you as she steps away. Alright, this twig creature, however, certainly wants to attack you here, Talhoun, but it first must make a wisdom saving throw to attempt to do so. So I'm actually going to have Misa do a spell effect roll, because that's kind of how we're doing this stuff. Okay, he will not be able to attack you, so he must switch targets, and he will attack Reggie on the flank. So Reggie, defensive roll, please. Alright, you managed to evade this clawed strike as we move to Finn.
I moved there. What do I see down the hole?
You see Talhoun, you see Reggie, you see 1, 2, 3 opponents nearby them, and the rest of your vision's kind of cut off.
Okay, great. Bonus action. I'm going to take a vial I have as some red potion in it. I'm just going to throw it and it explodes on top of his head. I'm going to give him a bonus action, Talhoun, healing word.
All right, nice. Go ahead and roll that. Talhoun, you are restored 4 HP as that concoction smacks into your head and heals you somehow.
Science.
Stand back.
When it explodes, it like whispers a word.
Yeah, I gotta have it. It's because it's verbal, right? So it's like, you fine.
It's okay, buddy.
Okay, on that note, is there a twig around? Because I'm going to do my lighter cantrip fired bolt.
You see from where you're standing 2 twigs and a vine creature, but no matter which one you target, that misses.
Okay. And then that's bonus action, move back to here and say, Talhoun's going to hang in there, guys.
All right, Kurtu's turn.
I think they got this, but I'll try.
I'm gonna peek down, see what I see, Adam.
From there, you see Talhoun, Reggie, 1, 2, 3, 4 enemies around them.
Do I see one of the greenies?
You do, yes. One that looks very badly hurt, in fact.
Okay, so the one that's very badly hurt gets 2 of my magic missile fireballs, and I'll attack one at another one.
All right, just roll 1, because with 2 missiles, that's a guarantee kill on this guy. So I'll take rid of him. Just roll me 1 die. All right, and did you want... I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll assume you hit the north one as the third of this magic arrow strikes into him with this little fiery effect and wounds him.
Yes, I got another one. Who's keeping score?
All right, we move to this guy's turn. He is going to... how smart is this guy? Not very. He's going to stay where he is and strike out at Bryn. Bryn, defensive roll, please. Yes, you managed to quickly evade this strike as we move to the angry orc. Let's see. What mischief does he want to pull out here? I think what he's going to do is get into the thick of things. So he is actually going to move around to here. And as he steps up to there, he's going to attempt to attack Talhoun, which will trigger Miza's spell. So here comes a spell effect roll for Miza. It does not work, so the creature is able to strike you, Talhoun, as the flower shield seems to fail here. Still affecting you, but doesn't affect this guy as he sees through the flowers. He is going to attempt to smack you in the face with this clawed gauntlet, and I will need you to give me a defensive roll at disadvantage. Oof, that will be a critical hit against you, so you can roll your own crit. This will be considered slashing. Alright, normal damage, nothing special here. 7 points of slashing damage as that clawed gauntlet slashes into you.
How you doing, buddy?
On a scale of 1 to 20.
Oh geez, don't break out the metagame. Alright, this guy also is going to attempt to strike you, Talhoun, as you are in a very precarious position. Here comes Miza's spell roll again. Unfortunately, does not work against this guy either. I'll need a defensive roll at disadvantage +2. This is going to connect, dropping Talhoun to the ground. Alright, next up we have Bryn.
Alright, I would like to rage.
Alright, you bonus action rage.
And I will attack the green meanie to the north of me.
Okay. That will certainly strike. Yes, you slash into the viney creature, wounding it.
Alright.
Alright, this one is going to take advantage of that flank upon you here, Bryn. So, defensive roll, please. Yes, this one will manage to connect thanks to that flank. So, you will suffer 4 points of bludgeoning damage thanks to rage. However, you are now restrained. Let me see, I'm going to go ahead and throw a restrained on count on you because this is one I might forget. There we are. Okay, restrained on Bryn. Move to the top of the round with Cat.
Alright, so I'm going to spend 20 points of movement to get here. 2, 3, 4. What do I see?
Standing there, you see Talhoun down. You see a green vine creature southeast of him. You see a twig creature south of him. You see Bryn. And that's about it. You probably see Reggie if you look straight down.
Do I see any enemies right next to my friends?
Yes, you see a green creature and a stick figure both next to Bryn.
Is the green creature next to Bryn the one that's restraining her?
It is.
I will shoot at that one with sneak attack.
Okay.
And I will throw a hit die on this as well. As soon as I find my crossbow.
That will connect.
I'll spend the hit die since it doesn't matter.
Wounding the creature as the bolt punctures in up near its chest area.
And 20 feet back to where I was.
Okay, Reggie, you are face to face with this orc. You notice your companion Talhoun on the ground.
And yeah, I'm gonna heal myself. Bonus action, I got you, buddy. I'm gonna place a small mushroom on the wound of his chest, and then I'm going to raise my staff up very quickly and wrap it around. And I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to attack that one there, Adam.
So that's 7 HP to Talhoun, who is prone, restrained, and now has 1 level of exhaustion. And you attack the one northeast of you, Reggie. Go ahead and make your attack.
Well, for my attack, I am going to include a hit dice just to be 100% sure I use them if I die.
Sure thing, yeah. So we'll add 4 on top of that.
Here comes my Chalet Smack.
That will certainly connect.
Perfect. So it does an extra d6 because of my symbiotic
You won't
entity.
need it anyhow. That's enough as you destroy the little twig creature.
Okie dokie. That's old Reg's turn.
Talhoun, again, restrained, prone. So because you're restrained and prone, you actually cannot stand up because your movement is currently 0. 1 level of exhaustion. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I can... Let me... Can I cast spells prone?
You should be able to, unless there's something specific with the spell that requires you to be standing.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to... just so I don't die, preservation here. I'm going to bonus action Shield of Faith on myself.
That would actually... Oh no, that was on Reggie. So yes, that will work. You cast Shield of Faith, and that is protecting you.
And then I am going to dodge action.
Okay, you dodge while prone, so that would cancel out. All right, we move to the... Yep, sorry, go ahead.
That guy, dang it.
That will not work. In fact, that is... I don't think that probably can fumble, can it? Because that's not really a spell.
No, it's just an effect. It's like a all-the-time effect that I have.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be fair to say it could crit or fumble, so we'll just assume that does not work. Okay, this guy, he has already succeeded on his save, so he is going to attempt to attack you, Talhoun, so straight up defensive roll, but you will get +2 to your AC. Alright, that will make you a 16, and this will just miss you. Alright, this one's turn. Let's see. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I think, yeah, Talhoun, he is going to strike you as well. You notice that long tentacle, that viney tentacle lashes out at you. I'll need another defensive roll. This one manages to hit you, even though you're trying your best to avoid it. Dealing 9 points of bludgeoning damage as it smashes into you hard, knocking you unconscious once again. This one here is going to attack at Bryn, who's currently restrained and on the flank. So Bryn, I will need a defensive roll at disadvantage. That is going to connect as you are hit for 5 bludgeoning damage thanks to your rage. Alright, Misa will step up to the hole once again, and she's just going to throw down some pouch dust at the one that she can see from there. So that's actually going to be the orc. But, yeah, that actually will affect him, so radiant damage hurts him a little bit.
Great work, Misa. Keep it up.
She smiles as she steps back.
I didn't actually say that.
I figured
because I didn't see it
much.
happen.
Alright, this twig creature is going to take... yeah, unfortunately, it is going to strike at Talhoun, who is currently on the ground. So Talhoun, defensive roll at disadvantage.
Still dodging, right?
Unfortunately, no dodge when you're unconscious. That is
Or Shield of Faith.
No, yeah, because that concentration would drop. That is going to hit. That will be 2 failed death saves, Talhoun. As we move to Finnegan.
Alright, 5, 10. What do I see, Adam? Same situation.
From there, you see Talhoun looking badly hurt on the ground. You see Reggie holding steadfast. You see the orc who is looking down at Talhoun and getting ready to pounce. And you see one of the stick figures just south of Talhoun.
I'm like torn. I think I could take the stick figure out, and that's one less person in combat. Let's see. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to attack the stick figure with a firebolt.
All right, you aim narrowly down below. That does indeed strike it. And yes, that blows it away.
All right, guys, one last. I'm gonna say, hang in there. You're doing great.
All right, Kurtu.
Yes, I get to kill something again!
Alright. Adam, I'm going to take a look. I don't know if I mean, obviously I'm not going down there, but I'm just kind of going there on the edge there to see what I see.
As you look down from there, I would say you can see a stick figure in the southwest corner. You can see, obviously, Talhoun down, and you can see Reggie.
So I can't see any of the greenies?
You cannot, not from there.
Alright, I'm going to try to get a better angle then. I'm going to go ahead and go here.
That will allow you to see one of the green creatures southeast of Talhoun.
Alright, is it one that is wounded or?
It is, yes. And it looks like it's currently got its viney grips into Bryn.
No, we can't have that!
So I'm going to go ahead and... Do I also see one of the little twig guys with this one here too, or just the greenie? What do I see, please?
I would say you probably can get a look at the twig in the southwest corner, but I would give it cover from that angle.
Cover's okay!
Alright, and the first one I assume is at the green meanie?
I'm sending 2 at the green...
Green meanie gets 2 and Twiggy gets 1.
Alright, so just as a point of clarification, declare how many are going to which before you roll, just so you know, you're not knowing the damage ahead of time.
Yeah, and that's... And you know, to be honest, you said 1 at them, so I figured 2 is fine, you know, so if that makes sense.
I'm not sure I followed that, but either way, I'm sure you weren't trying to cheat if that's what you're asking.
Yeah. I want to make sure the green guy goes down, so I would have shot 2 at him and then 1 at the Twiggy.
Fair enough. So 2 of the missiles hit the green guy. He does not go down, unfortunately, and neither does the twig figure.
Oh no! They're close though.
So I'm going to go ahead and come up here, and then I will end my turn.
Alright, we move to this guy's turn. He is going to attack Bryn. So Bryn, defensive roll, please. Yes, you managed to evade this slashed claw. We move to the orc's turn. You see he snarls at you, Reggie, and you see in broken common he says, "Heal this!" You see he slashes down at Talhoun's face. Talhoun, defensive roll at disadvantage.
Inspiration, my man.
Talhoun's face is punctured by the clawed gauntlet as this slashing wound cuts open his face, clearly a fatal blow. From there, you're going to see he will step back to here. Reggie, would you like to use your reaction for an opportunity attack?
Fortunately, Adam, as much as I would...
You've already used it.
I don't think I've used it since I had my turn this time. I think that was last time I tried on that one, right?
I think you tried on the guy...
Oh, no, I was correct the first time.
Okay.
So it was, I had already used it on that guy, but he dodged it.
Yep, okay, fair enough. So he will step away. You see he is also struggling with these vines, but he will then move out of the vines. And steps around. Okay, Bryn.
Alright. She's gonna use her second phase step to get out of the vines and move there.
Okay, go ahead and burn your second usage as you vanish through the mists and find yourself in this other location. And yes, I would say doing that, because the guy that was restraining you was the one south of you. This is now beyond his reach, so this also breaks free the restraint.
Alright, and then I'd like to smack that one.
Alright, you slash down at this very wounded vine creature. That will connect.
Ooh, it does, yay!
Will it be enough? Oh, certainly, yes, as you slash right through this creature and slay it.
Alright. Come at me, bro.
Alright, this one's turn. No, he's going to come at Shellbro, and he's going to strike out at Reggie. Reggie, defensive roll, please. And you still have Miza's bonus, so that's +2. So with that, that will actually miss. Top of the round, Cat.
Alright, 20 feet of movement back to this corner. Do I see any enemies?
You do. You see one of the vine creatures standing next to the downed body of Talhoun. Even from this angle, you can see he is clearly dead. And you see a twig figure in the southwest corner, but again, it would get cover from this angle.
Do I see Reggie at all?
Not from... Or if you look straight down, yes.
So neither of them are next to him.
The twig figure is next to Reggie, but like I said, I would give it cover from that angle.
Do I see an angle that I could get to it without cover?
Yeah, right here, in fact.
Alright, so I will move there, and I will shoot at it.
You shoot at the twig figure. Yep, and that'll certainly destroy it. Yeah, as the bolt just punctures right into it, like actually punctures it, posts it to the wall.
So, back to where I was.
Alright, Reggie, currently in this thick vines, what would you like to do?
I'm going to kneel down. I'm going to put a hand on Talhoun's chest, kind of shake my head, and then I'm going to move forward to this space here. And I'm going to kind of give my big club quarterstaff a swipe upwards and see if I can take this vine guy out.
Alright, you spend 10 feet struggling through this difficult terrain of the vines, find this vine creature, swing out at him.
I'm going to do a hit dice for it at him.
Alright, go ahead and burn one of those.
It's my last one, and here it comes.
Oh, that'll certainly connect. Go ahead and roll your... Actually, I don't even think it'll matter. He's only got 3 HP left. You can roll it. Oh, okay. I don't think you can do less than 3, though. Yeah, no, okay. You certainly smack him. Good, and he is slain.
Okay, and then I'm going to move back to here, and then back to here.
Yep, okay. Unfortunately, Talhoun has been slain, so we'll move him from initiative. This one here is going to attack you, Reggie. Let me check this guy's intelligence. Yeah, still not very bright. He will just attack you straight up, Reggie. Go ahead and give me a defensive roll. Yes, you notice the vine smacks into you, but unable to connect. As we move up to Miza. Okay, Miza will peek this way. She doesn't really see anything that she can do. And she'll look back towards you, Finn, and say, I don't see any more enemies. And she'll step back. Finn.
Okay, then I won't step there. How about here? What do I see?
Looking down, you see the slain body of Talhoun. You guys are going to keep making me say this, aren't you? You
Sorry.
also see Reggie standing just north of Talhoun's body.
Okay, how about there? 15.
Nothing extra.
20.
Nothing extra. A lot of vines down there, but no creatures, you can tell.
Can I jump to this spot? Or can I walk?
What is your strength score?
-1.
I would say you don't feel confident trying to jump there, especially without a running start. If you wanted to walk there, I would say give me an acrobatics check to attempt to get across.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit die that.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and burn a hit die. And just as a reminder, don't click
Oh,
it like
yeah.
that. Yeah, so I'm going to count this only as a 2, so that added your con. And I think we've got the thing that will... Okay, so that is only an 11. So as you attempt to climb over this, you get to here, the footing is very narrow, so it's very difficult to get good steps here, even with your little gnomish feet. And you do indeed begin to fall. Give me a dexterity saving throw. All right, you kind of start falling, but you hold on. So I imagine you're kind of like, the cat on the tightrope who like starts to fall and then just holds on and like clutches onto it for dear life. You're at the edge of this hole, holding on to the edge and prone.
Am I still on the second floor?
You are, but you're on the edge in a precarious situation as you're grasping on here.
Okay. Good, that's fine. What do I see?
I would say you don't. I mean, you're in such probably a panic right now that you're not really looking around well. From where you're at, though, and a quick glance again, body of Talhoun and Reggie.
All right. So, how does Reggie look health-wise? I can always say something to him as a healing words, verbal.
Looks like he went Super Saiyan like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, he looks okay. He looks like a turtle.
I'm prone. That's good for range attacks. I don't think anyone can hit me, right?
I mean, there's a lot of people that could hit you, but whether or not they'll get into range to make an attack on you, that's hard to say.
I still have an action. I mean, can I attempt to stand up and move to my south?
Sure, as your action, if you want to try to pull yourself up, go ahead and give me an athletics check.
All right, watch this. Boom.
Burning another hit die, okay.
Well, it's athletics.
That made me laugh, dude.
As you attempt to pull yourself up, you lose your grasp on the side here, falling down, smacking into all this plant material, suffering.
I thought it was only 8 feet.
4 points of... Yeah, but you're kind of in an awkward spot. You're not falling gracefully, nothing like that. So you're smashing down below and suffering 4 points of damage. Now you're prone again, and you've used your action.
Oh!
And
I'm here,
you're
guys.
covered in all these vines, which makes this difficult terrain.
I'm here, guys. Don't worry. Let's see.
I like how he tries to make his entrance cool. I'm here, guys. Don't worry.
Brushes himself off.
Superhero landing.
I totally meant to do this. All right, Kurtu, your turn.
He just reminded me of Mr. Bean or something like that.
Yeah.
Alright, I already know I'm not going to see anything at him. Same thing, but I'm going to have to, just playing my character, I'm going to do it anyway. Go here. So basically everything you said plus a gnome, right?
Correct. Yep, that is spot on. Exactly with plus a gnome.
Alright, then I'm going to hold my action, and if I see a baddie come into my sight, I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Okay, sounds good. So I imagine you're peering over into the hole looking for any kind of enemies.
Is it over? I mean, are we?
I'm doing that because I see Lance, but that looks nasty. But yeah, so I'm.
Are the bad guys gone?
The spellcaster ran away. There's still some in here.
All right, this guy is going to step up to Bryn, who just stepped away from him magically. He looks a little confused on his stick figure face as he slashes out at Bryn. Bryn, go ahead and give me a defensive roll, please. Yes, you easily evade the striking little stick figure. You guys can hear somewhat of a strange sound seeming to come from outside of this area. It almost sounds like maybe a snort, perhaps. And then you hear the sound of movement, almost like hooves, moving through the courtyard as we move to Bryn's turn.
Interesting. Bryn's gonna attack the little stinker to her south.
Yes, that's... Yeah, you hit a little stick figure with a giant sword. Go ahead and post damage, but I think I know the result. Oh, yeah, it is totally destroyed.
Alright. And she'll move right there.
All right, and just a quick reminder that green is difficult terrain, so that's actually 20 feet of movement, but yes, you can certainly get there. All right, we move up to Cat on the second floor.
I think at this point, if I heard my colleagues say that there was nothing down there, I'm gonna go.
None of them voiced that, but you did hear Miza say that, so yeah, I think that's fair to assume you know that.
That's exactly what I meant. Why is nothing working? Token, wake up.
Uh-oh, roll 20 difficulties.
Uh-oh. Everything is frozen. I can't click on anything.
Uh-oh, that sounds like a refresh.
Yeah, let me try that.
Do you want to try to narrate what you're going to do and I can just move you for now, or do you want to wait till you refresh?
Let's see what happens. Okay, am I back? I think I'm back.
All right.
So my token did move 5 feet from where I was, I think.
And then
but
your
that's
screen
fine.
froze.
Yeah. So yeah, if Miza said there's nothing down there, I'm going another 10, 15, dropping into the hole.
All right, so dropping, meaning you're just falling down, trying to do this quickly, or are you trying to carefully lower yourself so as not to suffer damage?
It costs me an action to lower myself carefully.
It will cost you movement to lower yourself carefully. And with this distance, I won't even ask for a skill check, but I'll call on it as like double movement.
Cats always land on their feet. I will take the second chance to go careful.
Okay, so I think you've moved 15 so far. So this will be 20.
It was 15 to get to this space, yes.
All right, so I'm going to count this as 25 to get you here as you stop on the bloody corpse of Talhoun.
Accurate. Is the space I'm in, if I attempt to shoot this guy, am I going to be hindered by the corpse of my friend beneath me?
No.
Okay, then I am going to shoot this guy.
All right, you land carefully on your feet, pull that crossbow up, fire a shot off at this vine creature. The bolt punctures into the vine creature. Go ahead and post damage. Nice. Yes, this hits him dead set in the face, and he is slain by this massive strike.
Where did the orc go?
Out the door. I think he. That was 6 seconds.
Careful! I heard boars. Possibly the boars.
Okay, so I took 25 movement to get here?
Yes.
25, right? Okay. So, and this green box, I'm assuming, is the difficult terrain we were talking
Yes,
about.
you got it.
So I will move. So that's 35. And then I have 5 more. So I will just pop out here and see if I can see anything. It doesn't look like it. I do still have my bonus action. So I'm going to use my bonus action here to dash. So I have 40 more feet of movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's over here, and I will point in that direction.
In that direction, you spot a boar.
Yep. So, oh god, I'm so fucking tired. How many did I say that was?
Let's see, it was 25,
20 or 25?
So 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. That would be total.
Okay, then I will... How tall is this?
That is a well, you could say it's like 3 feet off the ground.
And the vines too? Like if I back off a bit, do I think I can hide behind it?
Yeah, if you're, I would say if the line of sight cuts through the well, you can certainly hide through it. The vines at the very edges, no.
So I will move my last 10 here.
Okay.
And just kind of take half cover or whatever it is over here.
Right, but just to clarify, mechanically, you're not dropping prone, right? You're just standing here.
Any movement left to drop prone? I think it takes 5 feet, right?
Nope, you can drop prone for free.
Oh, well, I'm not going to do that because that seems like a really bad idea.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so you are standing here by the vines as we move to Reggie.
Okay, I'm gonna spin my staff around and then strap it to the back part of my shell. So that's my interact with object. The door in front of me is open, right? So I could technically 5, 10, 15, or would
That's
it be a little
difficult
bit...
terrain, so that's 10, 15 to get there, yep.
Okay. So... Okay, I'm gonna go that way, and seeing where Cat's pointing, I'm gonna use my action to dash to... Well, she said him. Oh, it's a boy! Oh, Adam, I'm gonna use my bonus action, by the way, before I moved, to put the mushrooms underneath Bryn. That's my turn.
What is that? Is that anything mechanical?
That was my healing spirit. I just can use my bonus action to move it up to 30 feet, so I just moved it from where it was underneath Bryn's feet.
Okay, yep, yeah, that sounds good. All
So
right.
when she starts her turn, she can roll a d6.
Okay, Miza is going to get up closer to the hole and look towards you, Kurtu, and say, I suppose we're all going down? Finnegan.
Yeah, I guess so. 15 to stand up.
Okay, yep.
25 to standing on the bloody body of Talhoun. I just keep
Yep.
saying it. And I think that's it, right?
Unless you want to action dash or
I
something.
could action dash. I'm definitely gonna action dash. So
Action take his money.
I was like, when can I loot the body? Okay, so I have 35 more feet, right? So 25. Now 20 more feet. So I'll go 5, 10, 15. Cat, where are they?
I point in the direction of this door, or what's left of this door.
Okay, then I'll use my last 5 to go there.
Okay, Kurtu.
So, Adam, is there anywhere to tie the rope? Because the rope was dropped up top, so I'm just wondering if there's anywhere to tie it to.
I would say on a quick glance in a 6-second turn, the first thought maybe that occurs to you is that you could put it between the two doors, closing the doors, and maybe that would hold?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm looking, obviously to drop the rope down and everything. So
I believe the rope is actually already down, and then it's also up here. So we didn't make any roll to see if it would like actually fall down at this point. So we'll just assume that part of it's up here and part of it's down below.
I feel like since the second floor is only 8 feet down, there would be a lot of slack up top.
That's what I'm thinking too. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it would just coil all the way down and fall.
yeah, okay, I'll go ahead and do that because I want to make sure that Miza has a good opportunity, and then also maybe if it does, somebody needs to climb up.
Maybe it works. Who knows? Maybe it doesn't. No promises.
Okay, so you're going to basically move to the east, grab the rope as your interact with object, use your action to close the doors and try to wedge part of this rope in there. And then, so put yourself next to the doors. That'll be 5, 10, 15, 20 feet of movement. Interact with object, action to do so. You would have 10 feet of movement left and a potential bonus action if you wanted one.
Yeah, okay, Adam. I'm gonna have to reload because I can't move anything right now.
All right, fair enough. I'll just put you next to the doors. Was there anything else that you wanted to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna want to. If there's a window for me to look out of, I'm gonna glance out the window to see if I see anything.
You can't get right next to a window with the amount of movement you have left, but I'll move you closer to one.
Fair
And
enough.
that would, look out to the courtyard. You don't see much there.
Yeah, okay, we'll go ahead and end my turn there then, and I'll refresh. Thanks.
All right, fair enough. And we move up to the board. Yes, this will affect it this time, Reggie. And yes, it will suffer some necrotic damage.
It takes double damage with my symbiotic entity.
All right, remind me how long that lasts?
I just put it up there for you. 10 minutes until you lose all temporary hit points, or until you use Wild Shape again. So I lost all my hit points, so it would have dropped, right?
If you lost all the temp HP that you got from the ability, then yes.
Okay, so it's dropped. So it's just 4 then.
All right, so I'll give him 4 back. Whoops.
I think that looks better, actually.
All right, so that was your reaction. So he will step away without any opportunity attacks here. He will get to here, and then you will see he essentially just takes his snout and smashes into the door here. And he is going to then move out of the door. Okay, and we move to Bryn's turn. Bryn, is there anything in particular you're doing here? Because I feel like we're getting close to a stoppage of combat. Unless, Reggie, it is your intention to rush out the doorway.
I was gonna follow the actions of what Kat and Bryn were about to do, but I was gonna kind of put it in their hands.
So I saw a little piece of the board, like messing with Reggie. Can I tell which door it's smashing into?
From where you're standing right now, Bryn, you can see Reggie, obviously, as he's up here. I would say you saw the boar just barely, maybe, and you saw it move further west. So it was basically here, and then it moved further away, somewhere to the west, but you're not sure where it went from there.
Okay, so seeing that boar's action, I also see this boar down here. Is it just grubbing?
Through the glass window, yes, it looks like it's just munching on pumpkins.
Okay. Is it 10 to move out of, to move there?
Nope. To move out is not extra movement, it's moving into it.
Copy that. So then I guess I would just 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I don't really see the boar. And if
this door here, this front door.
Yeah, but if he's not messing with anybody, I'll just hold my action if the boar or any other enemy attacks any of my friends.
Okay, and as we are at the top of the next round, unless there's something specific that somebody wants to do immediately in combat, I think it's safe to say we can end combat here. Does anybody disagree?
Kat wants to go see if she can still see the boar if she moves past Reggie.
Okay, yeah, feel free to take one more turn here, Kat.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Which way did he go?
North, out the door.
25. I see this boar, but I think this is a forager, right?
You see a boar, yeah, kind of through this pumpkin patch. Hard to make out much about it. It looks like a boar.
If I keep going, I'm gonna get myself in a bad situation. Okay. Kat looks frustrated, but she'll turn around and... It looks like he got away. And that'll be...
I think I see him. I mean, I could see through this window here, and from what I see, that was not there a minute ago. So I don't know if he's camouflage or if he's just waiting outside for us to come out or what. He's right there.
Which window are you talking about?
I'm gonna point this way at him. I could see him clear as day.
All right, so I'll reiterate. Would you guys like another round of combat to continue moving, or would you like to exit combat here?
I guess what I'll do on my turn, Adam, is look at Kat and say, do you want me to go and attack him or let him go?
I don't think we can catch him. One of us might be able to, but if he's running to get friends, we're going to be caught out while the rest of our friends are behind us.
I mean, if he can turn into a boar, he's got 11 friends outside already.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay. Well, let's get everybody together then.
All right,
I will
sounds
not
like
go outside.
executive decision that we will end combat here, guys. All right, so unfortunately, you have managed to survive this battle. That's the fortunate part, but unfortunately, Talhoun did not. So yes, as you guys are safe, I'm going to put safe in quotes, a couple of things happen here fairly quickly. You're going to notice some more Reggie, I would say, from your angle, probably Bryn, maybe Cat. You're going to notice some more movement from outside, as there's some movement out in the pumpkin patch there. And then from inside, Finn, you will notice all these vines suddenly wither away, as though the force that was animating them is just gone. They turn into brittle and just dried out almost instantly as it spreads across them, and this area is no longer difficult terrain. Bryn, of course, your rage would end. And yeah, group, we're finding ourselves in a precarious situation, but we are about halfway through our session, so let's go ahead and pause here and Talhoun, hang out for a moment. We'll figure out what to do with Talhoun.
Sounds good.
All right, break time, guys. Be back in 15.
As always.
Seen a few.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second half of our session here. Unfortunately, we did lose a PC in that first half, as Talhoun was dealt a mortal blow by this orc who just stabbed him right in the face with a clawed gauntlet. A very unfortunate passing of one of our main characters here. However, Talhoun's player will be working on a new character, and in the meantime, he will work Misa, at least in combat for us, so he has something to do in case there's any rolls and things he needs to do for the rest of this session. And then we will look forward to a new character next week. So yes, let's get everybody back over into action here as you guys are in this woodland mansion.
Hey guys, I know we're under attack still, but it's Talhoun. And I'm gonna, obviously his face is completely obliterated and smashed in. But I'm gonna carefully take the greatsword that I made for him. I'm gonna remove his fingers from it and place his hand back on his. Put a dagger in his hand and put it on his chest. You know, like he fought valiantly. And I'm gonna turn to Bryn and say, "This is the great sword I made for him. It's a +1, and it's got. Maybe you should wield it in his honor."
I think it is a bit unlucky, no?
Well, okay. Look, give me a minute, and I'm gonna take literally 1 minute at him and pretend like I'm doing something to it. Okay, well, there. You're right, but it's all we move now. It's especially not lucky. Here you go.
You fixed it?
Yes. Yep. Fix it just good as rain. Yep.
All right. Very well.
Whew, okay.
Alright, if we're done here, we need to leave. That orc is either running for his life, or he's going to get friends. And if he's getting friends, we're all going to die.
Are we leaving Talhoun? Or are we taking him?
We have no choice. We need to beat feet. I don't know how close his friends are. I don't know if he's coming back, but if he is coming back, we cannot risk this. I hate to do it.
Group insight check here, guys. You can roll these publicly. I'd just like everybody to roll an insight check.
Oh shit.
We're a bunch of insight cookies, aren't we?
Oh, if we had advantage on it, would be good.
I don't know if hang on. My token is selected. Why didn't it do anything?
Yeah, you won't. This is not a blind check for this one, Kat. So all you have to do is open your sheet and click on insight.
Yeah, I have it set to public. Let's try this again. There we go. Nope.
All right, your group fails this group insight check. You don't gather any insights, so yeah, feel free to continue with your decisions.
Can't Bryn just take his body over her shoulder and we run together? Let's go. Where's Misa? Misa, can you climb down the road?
Hello? We're still up here.
Okay. We're going to run away. We need to leave. You want to just climb down real quick? Take 6 seconds.
Okay, I secured the rope, so Misa, here, you go first.
Misa, okay, I'm here. See me? Okay, come on down.
All right, so using the rope, Misa is certainly able to climb down, and we'll get down to the lower level with a little bit of effort as her legs kick and she tries to hold onto the rope.
Okay, bud, you're on your own.
Bryn, can you carry him unencumbered, or is it going to slow you down? If it's going to slow you down, we leave him. I don't like to do it. I feel guilty because I told him we had his back, and I was wrong. But the only thing we
of course. I will carry him. If I am carrying his sword, then I will not allow any dishonor to come to the shell of his body.
Okay, let's go. Where's the dragon?
Wait.
Oh, the dragon.
Who's got 2 copper pieces? Anyone?
I'm sure we all do.
I have 2 silver pieces.
Yeah, I've got silver and gold. I don't have any copper.
What do you need copper for?
I can... If we're gonna leave him, I can at least cast a spell on him so he can't be raised from the dead. We can come back and get him.
That requires 2 silver pieces. It's not copper. You're confused. Here they are.
It's 1 copper piece placed on each of the corpse's eyes.
Where's Bill to search all these bodies we killed?
No one's got copper?
I don't.
Miza's got to have copper.
I have no copper.
Kurtu climbs down the rope.
Can I rummage through Talhoun's coin purse? Does he have any copper on him, Adam? I'm still gonna take it.
Or silver or gold. Or platinum.
Let's take a peek and see what Talhoun has on the sheet. No copper, only gold pieces. 32 to be exact.
Well, I say we at least pick him up and we try. Come on.
Fine, but if we are attacked on our way out, we drop him.
Yes, okay, agreed. Bryn, take him. He used to hunt with me at the Teaglone Tavern.
Yes, I am taking him.
Okay.
I'll get him out.
Okay.
Do we want... I mean, I know you guys are in a hurry, but... Do we want to check this house out at all? I mean, the occupants are gone. I mean, maybe we can find something.
We don't necessarily know that. We haven't been in every corner of the house. There could be more. Time is very much of the essence here. We can come back to this house later if you want, but right now I think we need to honor our friend's sacrifice and get out of here with no more lives lost.
He's
no more
dead! What? He doesn't need any more honor. There's nothing else. He's dead. I mean, if you want to leave, that's fine, but I'm just saying, let's not say it's for his honor. I mean, because, well...
How about for our survival?
I mean, I
Would
guess
that
so.
satisfy you?
My only issue is the boars outside. I mean, he could be any one of them.
Yes, we saw him go northwest, so we're going out these windows down here. We can circle back around to Falcon's Lodge if we want to, or we can make for the trail down south and head back to Phandalin.
That's great, and we can do that. That's fine. But now how do we know he turned into a boar? Did you guys see him turn into a boar?
Well, there were no boars in the complex, and then we heard him walk away. We heard a snort, so...
And Talhoun...
It tracks with what we learned earlier, that Talhoun thinks he saw a very human-like boar walking around in the logging camp, so I think these people can shapeshift into these animals.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. But that's great. Maybe we should just zap them on the way out. But I'll just follow your lead.
So, Adam...
If they don't bother us.
I mean, I killed like 8 of them, so, I'm ready to go, though.
Hey, Adam, I'm going to spend... It takes an action to use my alchemist tools to make one of my elixirs. So can I spend 6 seconds making a quick concoction?
Sure, yeah.
All right, I'm going to make a healing elixir and hand it to Bryn. Drink it now. Here, you have to drink this. Yes, I just made it. It tastes terrible, I'm sure, but just do it.
All right, thank you, but I think I'm okay, but all right.
All right, so that's, let's see, healing 2d4, so I'll roll that for you.
So
You get 7.
So hang on real quick.
Oh, sorry.
I'm trying to remember, is this the one that you have to roll for what it is?
No, if I deliberately use a spell slot to do it, I get to choose. That's kind of what we decided.
Oh,
So I'm
no,
using a
okay.
spell slot for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it says right here. Yep, you're right. So it says if you use a spell slot at first level or higher, when you do so, use your action to create the elixir in an empty flask that you touch, and you choose the elixir's effect. So yep, perfect. That works.
Okay. So Bryn, you get 7 HP after you drank that, and don't forget you still have that other elixir. It gives you boldness. You might need it later. All right.
I have not forgotten. Thank you, Finn.
I'm sorry. I'm just a little nervous right now. Okay, let's go. Are we going through these windows? Isn't it like 2.5 feet wide?
Yes, it is.
How are we gonna fit through there?
You think you could, but I mean, again, it's not going to be for the gnomes. You guys can easily get through. For Reggie, I think that might be impossible. But
Yeah.
for the rest of you, I would say with a little bit of squeezing, sure.
We gotta find another way.
It's out the front door, and we run to the south.
Well, in that case, we're running to the east because we saw him go to the west.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Let's go before
Let's go.
or anything else happens.
All right, so just getting a quick idea of you guys' plan. Where is it you're trying to head?
Since Reggie can't get through the windows, we're going out the way we came.
Oh, there's a door over here.
Oh wait, what? Where's the door?
Over in that direction. That front door, which the boar ran out of, is right over here.
I don't want to go the same direction he did.
But he went north, so if we go out that way, we're going the same direction he ran. We're running away in the same direction he ran away in.
But
Fine,
if
lead
he
the way.
ran away, don't we know he's already one of the boars? We just won't go near that boar.
There's 12 of them. Look, we go out the front door, we hang a left, we go as far as we can, catch our breath, come back, and get Talhoon's body. Or are we
Bryn's gonna carry him. Bryn's gonna carry him for as long as possible. Feasible. Reasonable.
So, Bryn, you're throwing Talhoon's body over your shoulder and trying to drag with him?
Correct, and I'll walk out the front door with it.
All right, doing a quick check on Talhoon's weight here. Here's where we fat shame the characters.
Me?
176 plus all his gear. So 155 of gear. So you're looking at about 320 pounds that you are carrying here, Bryn.
I've seen her carry much more.
Good thing I don't skip leg day.
All right, so I mean, without going into the math, I would say you're definitely probably moving at half speed would be my guess, because this is, you know, all your gear and then plus 320 pounds on top of that. So assume that you're moving at half speed as you kind of got him over your shoulder and you're, you're making progress, but obviously it's more tiring and you're moving a bit slower.
Lead the way, Reggie. Where was this front entrance you mentioned?
Come on, Maida.
Alright, I'm gonna put my hand back behind me and I'm gonna poke my head out the door at him. Do I see just that one boar? I don't see anything else.
You do not.
Okay. I'm gonna wave everybody through. Okay. And it looks clear, just that one boar there. And
If I'm looking at this one, is it looking at us or is it still foraging?
It is foraging.
Alright, let's go.
When I get to the bottom of the staircase, Adam, can I look really quick to see if I can see like boar prints running or a haste or anything?
You see boar prints all over the place.
Okay. It's hard to make out which direction he went, so I'm gonna say we go this way.
Are you?
All right, I'm going to pause you there for that much movement. So I'm going to move you back here in just a moment. I'm going to ask everybody to freeze. So as you start making your way that way, Reggie, as you get to about here, I'm going to ask everybody to just honestly indicate, once Reggie gets to there, where roughly would you be? Just on your honor, put yourself wherever you think you would be.
I think I would be here.
All right.
I
so
don't see why I would move, but yeah.
I don't see much movement yet. I think everyone's getting afraid.
Yeah, I
so I'm
can't
gonna
get
go-
out. I can't get outside the door. I would be outside the door, but I can't see where Reggie is, so it's hard for me to say where I would be, to be honest, Adam. So I mean, I'm staying somewhat close to them, though.
Close to
Were you-
Reggie?
No, to the group anyway. You know,
Okay.
everyone seems to be piled here. I'm in the back as my blaster guy, but I can't get through the door to see where I would be, if that makes sense.
I had trouble getting through the door to get out here too.
So,
Yeah.
So again, like I said, just on your honor, just confirming, Kurtu, are you where you wanted to be right now, or did you want to be somewhere else?
Well, if Reggie moved, I don't know where he moves, so it's hard for me to say where I would be if he moved. You said if he moves up to there, but I can't see where there is.
So
if that
let me
makes
let me
sense.
move you right out the door, and then tell me where you would be. So you should be able to see
Perfect.
everything now.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I would be just coming out the door, we'll say.
So you're good where you are right there.
Yeah, that's fine, because I was taking up the rear is really what it comes down to in my mind. So.
Okay. Yep. Fair enough. Yeah. Like I said, just want to be fair to everybody, wherever anybody thinks they are. So that certainly works. Okay. So Reggie, as you're pushing forward, I imagine all of you guys are looking a bit nervous here, as you know that this might be very dangerous. You see suddenly as all of these boars begin to move towards you. And we will move into a action round here. In addition to the boars, you also, Reggie, see these small creatures that look somewhat similar to those Twig Blights, but they look a bit different as you look at the bodies. They look like they're made more out of like needles, perhaps. You see some of them emerge from the forest around you.
So we're not in initiative? Oh.
You
no,
will
I
be
was
in
just-
just one moment.
You were just adding more. Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah. Alright, so let me make sure I've got everybody here. Alright, so we got definitely got to get some better music for this. Okay, guys, so as you're exiting out of the mansion in the woodlands here, you see again these boars begin to move and some of these small creatures emerge from the forest. So, Reggie, for starters, you're going to see this one as it begins to move a bit closer to you. And once it gets to like here, you're going to see as it points its hand towards you, and you will see these needles fly off from its body right towards you, and I will need a defensive roll. Yes, this... Sorry, was there some kind of...
I drew a line on the map by
Oh.
accident. How do I get rid of it?
No worries, I got you.
Sorry, I was trying to measure distance.
Yep, no worries. Okay, that will indeed connect against you. As it does... Oh, it looks like that one's not built in, so I'm just going to throw this standard. Okay, so that will be 9 points of piercing damage as the needle flings towards you and strikes into your body. And next up, we find Cat's turn. And let me just make sure I've got... I don't think I turned off token lock yet, so there you guys go. Our tokens are unlocked. Cat, your turn.
Guys, are we leaving or are we falling back?
Let's get back in the house. See if they follow.
We'll be trapped if we do.
Run for it?
We should run for it, I think. So I will go. I think my shifter feature only lasts a minute, so it's expired by now.
If it's
So-
a minute, then yeah.
Yeah. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Find a path. We'll follow you.
Yeah. Bonus action dash. So another 35, 10, 15. I saw these ones as I was running by, right?
You did, yep.
Okay. So if these are trees, if these trees are big, like big trunk trees, right?
Yes.
15, 20, 25, 30. So I'll kind of hug up against this tree, and then I will fire an arrow, or a crossbow bolt at this one down here. As soon as I find my character sheet again.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I was having a little bit of tech issue there. Can you point one more time which one you're firing at?
The one that just shot Reggie.
Okay, perfect. All right, bolt flies through the
Okay.
air. That does indeed connect.
No sneak attack.
No, but not enough anyhow as the bolt strikes into it and kills the creature.
Alright, let's go. I got one. And that is the end of my movement there, so it's end turn.
Alright, Kurtu's turn.
Alright, I'm not used to running away from bad guys, but okay.
I'm gonna take the dash action at him and just complete it.
Alright, dash action. Yeah, feel free to do so.
All my little feet are taking me there.
Alright, from around the corner, you will see a boar charge forward. Once it gets to here, however, you notice its form suddenly changes and turns into an orc. Finn.
Yeah, I think that confirmed our decision. 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Action dash, obviously. And my turn.
Isa.
Much of the same. Following.
You gotta use your Misa voice, bro.
Oh, I'm not role playing as my. I'm just just saying what I'm doing.
Come on, do it.
That's peer pressure for RP right there.
Can I get inspiration for my new character then?
Depends on how well you do on the voice.
No.
Come on.
Yeah,
You don't get that shit for free, dude.
Nah.
Alright, let's see this one here.
I'm busy working on the new character. Just run.
Alright, this one is going to move forward. It'll get to here, and then it will bonus action dash.
Bonus action.
Or, not bonus action, action dash to get to here. Alright, that will be its turn as we then move to Bryn.
Alright. Sorry, I just had to reload. I shall, I'm gonna have to let Talhoun go, so I'll put him on the ground next to me and dash.
Alright, you drop Talhoun.
Alright. I will go right there. Hello, boar.
Okay, Reggie's turn.
Okay. You said I could see these guys through the trees up north.
You can, yep.
Does it look like an impeded shot, or do it look like I can get a clear angle on them?
It would certainly be an impeded shot.
Okay, fantastic. So, with that being said, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to raise my hands up in the air and I'm going to cast and then select my token, cast Entangle, and then I think I can boop. There we go. I'm actually going to go here and trigger all.
Fortunately, both of them succeed.
Okie dokie. And I'm out. Donatello. Boop, boop.
Alright, this boar's turn. That will be difficult terrain, so I'll move 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and then dash to get up to here. This one will move out to here, and then you will see its form suddenly changes. Alright, this one move to here, and then move some more. This one move up to here, and then it is going to fire some needles over at Kurtu. Kurtu, defensive roll, please. Yes, you managed to evade that, suffering no damage. Alright, this one will move through to here, and then push in through the trees, getting right up nice and close with all of you. Okay, Cat, your turn. Now, as we are at the edge of the map here, this might get a little bit complicated, so what I'm going to ask that you guys do is decide if you're leaving the map and you have a reasonable amount of distance, I'm going to treat this sort of as like a chase if they chase after you. But those of you that are still, I mean, like Cat, for example, if you were to move, dash, and then dash again, you're going to be in chase mechanic for sure, meaning you have a fairly good chance of getting away, I would argue, moving through the woods, as you don't see any of these creatures being super fast so far. However, the rest of you, not so much good luck based on how everything is together. So just keeping that in mind, what would you like to do, Cat?
Well, first, I'm not gonna run out ahead like an idiot, abandoning my friends and running into a trap. So, first, what I'm going to do is, because this guy is next to my friends, I'm going to take the shot. I'm going to spend my last hit die to try to make sure it happens.
Okay.
So here comes that. I think that hits anyway.
That sure does.
Okay, so I'm out of hit die, but this is with sneak attack.
Yes, and that one will be obliterated by the bolt.
Alright, and then I will dash, move and bonus action dash kind of into the tree line, trying to keep trees between me and the ranged units if I can. I know they're kind of coming from multiple directions, but if I can stay out of this guy and this guy's line of sight is the most important to me. So I'm heading in a westerly direction and trying to take cover behind a tree in that area, 60 feet away.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you off here, and I'm going to assume that you are about 50, 45-ish feet off the map. Anything else on your turn, Cat?
That is all of my stuff.
Okay, we'll move to Kurtu.
Alright, seeing Cat run, I'm going to do the same. And of course, since I've got a friendly board next to me, I will take a disengage action and then run at least 100 feet at him. I think 100's good.
So 30, gotcha.
Okay, 30, got it, yeah. So that'll be it. Do you want me? I'll go ahead and end my turn on that.
So I will move you to the edge. You're only about 10 feet off map, so still in the danger zone, I'll call it.
Understood. And yeah, okay, I have an idea of what I may do, but I'll hold on to it for now.
Okay, fair enough. All right, we move over to this orc. All right, orc is going to move. Let me double check something real quick.
No, Adam, he can't distinguish me from the tree trunk.
And he does not know fireballs. He didn't prepare it this morning.
He did not do that, but unfortunately, Finn, for you, he does have another spell, and you see as he looks towards you, he charges his hand up and he points it right at you. You see a bolt of lightning comes cascading through the tree line, destroying a bunch of the tree and bramble here right in front as it smacks right into you. I will need a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Can I absorb that element as a reaction too?
If you have absorb elements ready or memorized or whatever, then yeah.
Alright, so Dex saving throw. Okay, I'm burning a hit die, please.
You can't do that on saving throws.
Oh, it's not my turn. That's right, we said that. Sorry. Okay, Dex, here we go. Boom.
That will be a success, and in fact, that will count as a fumble for him. So go ahead and roll a fumble spellcast. Okay, so as he tries to hit you with a bolt of lightning, he confuses his momentum here, and actually the spell has no effect as it shoots right, or it misfires, so it shoots right up in the air, and he is knocked on his butt.
silly orc.
All right, then we move to Finn.
Okay, I'm going to disengage and run, Misa and Bryn. We're leaving. I'm going to. So it's 5, 10, 15 to the edge of the map, Adam, and I'm gonna dash. It'll give me 45 more movements off the map. Should I write that down?
No, I think you're good for now. So I'm putting you in the medium range off map.
Okay, and that should do it.
Okay, Misa.
But Calhoun! Disengage.
That was good, man.
Inspiration!
So I got 10 feet off the map.
Okay, so you're in short range. So I'm going to put you lined up with Kurtu here, just so I know that you're in the short range.
5 feet, not 10.
All right, anything else, Misa?
No.
All right, go ahead and pass your turn. We move to this boar who is going to attack at Bryn here. So Bryn, defensive roll, please. All right, this is going to hit you for 5 points of slashing damage. Bryn, your turn.
Alright. She'll disengage and run.
All right, and your speed is also 30 feet?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you make it, let's see, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. So you're in the short range. I'm going to put you in the same line as Kurtu and Misa, as you're just a little bit off map. Anything else on your turn, Bryn?
Nope.
All right, go ahead and pass your turn. We move to Reggie.
Okay, you guys look over your shoulder and you see Reggie pulls his shell up, like, and his legs get a little longer, and he looks over his shoulder, and he's gonna take off as fast as he can, and he's gonna dash and run in the direction of Cat.
All right, so that would be 5, 10, 15. We'll put you in the long range away. Okay, so as most of you guys are off map now, this is going to work more like a chase. So let me double check something real quick. So sometimes the chase mechanics are a little bit wonky, so I'm going to try to simplify this. But basic idea here is you guys are running, they are chasing after you. Now, in combat, there's some things that aren't tracked, but when it becomes a chase, these things tend to get more tracked. So your challenging part here is these boars are faster than most of you. So Cat, I will say that what you're going to be able to tell as you're rushing through is if you move full speed every round, meaning run, dash, dash, you can outpace all of these enemies. So you have no real risk, but if you're staying close by to aid your allies, then you are at risk. So what would you like to do in that regard?
So, So what I'll do is when I get, I'll use my movement and my bonus action, cunning action to dash in the direction that we're running.
Okay.
And then if I start to get too far ahead of my party, I will turn around and hold action to shoot anything that's pursuing us if I have a clear shot at it. Does that work?
Sure, yep. So I will take that as a high level, right? Because we're not going to do this in round by round, but I will certainly factor that into the rolls here. Okay, so so as this chase goes on, like I say, being that they're faster than you, you guys are having to rely on moving, using cover, trying to break line of sight, that sort of thing, as these boars are getting closer to you. And eventually you realize that these boars, you can't necessarily tell that they're normal boars or these other type of boars, because you know that these guys can change pretty quickly. So what I'm going to have you guys do is first roll a check here to see how well you guys are doing in trying to run away. So I'd like everybody to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Do I need to do it, or everyone
Yes.
else?
Yep, everybody.
And public, right?
Yep, you can roll public, yep.
Adam, I'm going to use my inspiration on the double nat ones.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I think that's a good time to save that one for.
It's a good time to whip it out, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey Adam, do I need to roll one with
Yes,
Misa?
yep, please roll for one for Misa, yep.
Okay, I'm going to use both of the hit dice for Calhoun.
Yeah. Okay, so Cat, you actually failed this save, so as you're trying to run away and keep up and, make sure you got eyes on your companions and then constantly focusing, trying to make your line of shots set up and maybe even taking some shots as creatures are rushing in between and all of that, you will suffer 1 level of exhaustion because of this.
That's fine.
All right, so essentially how this works is the chase is going on here, and I'd like to elect one of your team members to roll a die. Who wants to be the lucky person to roll a die?
Not Bill. Not
I was just gonna say, not me. Heck no.
Yes, come
We
on,
just
bro.
thought I did.
My rolls have been really bad today. I don't want to do it.
I'll do it.
It's Reggie. It's totally
I'll do it.
Reggie. Yeah.
I'll do
yeah.
it.
Good, Reggie.
Put
All
it
right.
on me.
Reggie, roll me a d20, please.
Okie dokie, here it comes. You!
That's good, right? High or low? I don't know.
All right, as you are
Okay.
rushing through and your group is trying to make your way through this and keep your line of sight away from these boars and all of this fun stuff, your group finds that you are moving through a section of razor vine. You realize you kind of just rushed right into this. I'll need all of you guys to make dexterity saving throws.
Can I use a hit die in this? Is it my turn?
No, so hit die is just for attack rolls and skill checks. Okay,
I saw that 4 and I thought it was me because I pressed at the same time. I was
so
like, oh my
Reggie, we'll start with you. You failed this save, and your flesh is cut up by this razor vine. You will suffer
Well, me.
9 points of damage to Reggie. Finn, you also fail this save. So as you're running through, your flesh also again is diced up by this razor vine, and you will suffer 10 points of damage. And the rest of you, see, did you throw one for Miza, Tehung?
I did.
Oh, there it is. So she misses as well. She will
So
suffer
19.
4 points. All right, so yes, as you guys are moving through this razor vine, you're getting cut up a bit here, and you're still rushing away. But as you push through this bit of razor vine, it looks as though the boars perhaps get more tangled up in this. And as you guys keep pushing through, you feel as though you are gaining momentum, getting further away. Maybe the boars have given up the chase at this point in time, not wanting to be affected by this razor vine. Hard to say exactly, but your group eventually manages to get away from this area with your lives intact.
Good job, guys.
Oh my god.
All right, guys, so we are out of combat, out of chase, and we find ourselves back in this strange outskirts of this manse. Obviously, if you guys were to say, hey, we turn right back around and go right back where we were, then you know what would happen, but I assume you're not doing that. So as you guys find yourself in the deep woods, a bit out of breath, Cat particularly have that 1 level of exhaustion from this run, this chase, what would you guys like to do?
The Falcons?
Well, wait 1 second. And I'm going to point towards the earth, and I'm going to cast this, and you guys see this little plot of mushrooms come up, and I'm going to step into it, and you see my some of my cuts begin to stop bleeding a little bit, and I say, Finn, step inside.
Okay, thank you.
Roll a d6. Alright, step out.
Thank you. Yep.
Anybody else? Hurry.
Liza needs help.
Go ahead, Misa.
Yep, go in there. D6.
There's 2 more left. Anybody? If not, I'm going to take them.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So, that sucked.
Did. The only thing we can do is try to make it back to Falcon's Lodge. We might have to stop for the night. I don't know how much longer we can keep going after that.
Reggie, are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be okay. I'm a little tapped. I mean, I don't have much left in me.
I put my goggles on. I can make another potion real quick, and I get my alchemist tools out and my goggles, safety goggle. I can hit you up.
I don't know if I like the sound of that, but,
How far away to Falcon's house? Oh, I agree. That's where we need to go next.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm burning a spell slot here. Adam, make my last spell slot for Elixir of Healing for Reggie.
Okay.
You want to take it now?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and drink it, just in case. +2, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yep, so +2 that, 8.
Oh, we rolled the same thing. Adam, can I, after I like wipe the liquid from my mouth and kind of give him an approving look, can I see if I can orient myself in the woods?
It's going to be a bit challenging here as you guys are running. You're not sure exactly which directions you went to get out of here. You were just trying to do everything you could to avoid this terrible fate behind you. But yes, give me a survival check and tell me where it is that you're trying to lead the group.
It's all about finding the water.
That's what I was thinking too, Kurtu. I was just going to try to see if I could listen out and see if I could see any traces of where a creek would be or a stream, and see if we could follow it back to the lodge.
Is the forest too thick to see where the sun is at? Like, do we know what time of day it is?
Yes, roughly. So you guys left the Falcon's Hunting Lodge in the morning. You spent quite a bit of time traveling. You had your encounter with the bush. So I would say, let's see, that's 10 miles away, and then you're moving through woods, so that hampers your movement a bit. So I would say altogether you guys have traveled for about 5 hours in the day so far, and then with your encounters and time spent at the manse itself, it's probably in the realm of early afternoon, so say 1 p.m.
I don't know if we can make it back in time, so I vote for finding a good place to bunker down, good shelter, and then make haste in the morning.
I want to be away from this place as far as possible, so I think we should push on a little ways further and then try to, like you said, find, if it looks like we're not going to make it in time, yes, find the safest place we can. I'm not sure if our pursuers will come looking for us in the night.
Yes, let's get as far as we can and then rest if we can.
So how much grid movement do we have left, Adam?
Basically 1 hex.
So,
Okay.
I guess I'll roll that survival check at him to see if I can orient ourselves and obviously not go the direction we just ran from, but...
Right, so give me an idea of where you're trying to go to, and then go ahead and roll me a blind survival.
Let's say, based on the direction we traveled here, would have been west, right?
So presume, looking at the map, like you have the advantage of what you're seeing, and just tell me which hex are you trying to move to, and then we'll see how well your survival check is and whether or not you actually move the direction you're intending to.
I want to move to the one southwest of us.
Southwest. Okay, perfect. And then go ahead and throw me a blind survival check. And as a reminder, we have all the tokens in the lower left corner of the map for this one. Okay, so you start trying to make some movement and head in that direction. You travel for a distance, and this, several hours. Altogether, you're moving through the woods. It's quite dangerous here. You do notice, however, as you're walking, and it's still mid-afternoon, so you're getting closer to maybe 4 p.m.-ish. You guys are all feeling quite a bit tired now. You realize you've traveled for basically a full day's worth of travel. Would you like to push on to go even further, or you like to look around for some place to rest?
Did we make it to the next hex? Do we know?
You don't know.
I vote we
I think
rest.
we need to rest soon.
Okay.
Yeah, short rest is good. I could cook us up something. I have boar meat and some berries and some potatoes.
Is that boar meat really orc meat? Now I'm confused. I mean, it all tastes the same, but I don't know anymore.
It's boar meat. It's boar meat.
Okay, good.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys want to look around for some place to try to get in a short rest.
Short rest actually do anything? Well, I guess anyone who's hurt can still heal, but I got the impression that we were done moving for the day, it sounded like.
Unless you wish to push on, right, yep.
It's getting later into the night. I mean, I don't want us to get lost in the dark and then try to find a place to camp.
Sure, let's hunker down.
Yep.
All right, so as you guys begin looking around this area for a place that's reasonable to try to set up something that has some natural cover, let's say, and does not put you right out in the open, I'll ask whoever's leading the efforts on that to go ahead and throw me a survival check blind.
Not me.
I think this is still Reggie. I'm at disadvantage, so I can't do it. Well, I could do it, but it would be a bad idea.
Okie doke.
All right, yes, you managed to find a little area here. In fact, there's kind of some larger trees here, and it almost look perfect for climbing. But the advantage for you particularly is you see that it has like a nice overgrowth in the woods here. So the area right under this tree has like kind of mossy bedding. You get the impression that it'll be fairly comfortable. It's a little bit tucked away, and should it start raining, for example, you'll have a bit of cover overhead.
Let's go over there.
Okay.
All right, yeah, so you guys huddle up in this area here and try to just rest and relax for a period of time. Is there anybody doing anything during this hour that you guys are attempting to short rest?
Should I?
Are we short resting? I'm sorry. Can we clear that up real quick? Are we short resting or long resting, guys?
I think we can't long rest. We have to short rest.
Long rest. But are we sleeping through the night, or are we taking an hour break and then continuing walking?
I don't believe that continuing walking is mechanically helpful for us right now.
You would risk further exhaustion if you attempted to.
I'm already at one stage. If I get another one, I'm moving at half speed, and then the whole party is moving at half speed unless you abandon me.
Yes, but you are pretty fast, though, so your half speed is like my full speed. I don't know.
Yeah, so I guess we'll sleep tonight, but only get a short, right?
Yes, we can take a short rest if you want to try to make your stuff.
It would help.
Everyone 10 HP.
Yeah.
But yeah, we won't benefit from a long rest until we get back to the lodge.
I get that, but the idea is to make camp, right, and not continue.
Yes, I think continuing is going to fuck us over pretty hard.
Truth.
Sleep here.
All right, so keeping in mind that it's closer to evening at this point, so it's like 5 p.m.-ish roughly. The sun is not actually down yet, but you guys are huddling under this tree. You're quite tired. You're getting this opportunity to get off your feet, relax, start massaging your ankles, your feet, that sort of thing. It's just been a long, exhausting day. You guys relax here and rest for a period of time of about an hour, and it seems to go fairly good. No real issues here. You certainly hear the sounds of nature and so forth around you, but you will all benefit from a short rest. So I will apply the short rest, and as a reminder, go ahead and set all of your HPs to max. Kat, as you look at the sun and try to make this guess as you're looking through the trees, go ahead and give me a blind survival check to see if you can determine that.
I have to survival check to see if I see which way the sun is setting. Okay.
You see the sun.
That's not blind, but whatever.
Yeah, you think you know roughly which way the sun is, but you're not sure which direction to go. Basically, as you start pushing through the trees, it's very easily to get turned around and that sort of thing. So I would say based on what you're looking at, you're not sure how close you are to Falcons, whether or not you're going in the right direction or not. All right, so you guys have spent about an hour here resting and relaxing. Is it your intent to try to bed down here overnight?
Yeah, and can I do my chef feat to get us some 8 meals?
If that's part of short rest, then sure thing.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to make a little bit of this beef, mindful of keep the flame low, so it might take a while to cook the stuff. But it says I have to cook food, so I'm going to cook for 6 people, and you're going to get a 1d8 from it. How about that? Temp HP.
When'd you get the beef?
The boar, I meant boar. Did I say beef?
I did. I was wondering. Guess that's what I get for critiquing your food, huh?
He gave you the gristle part.
Gave me
That's
the
what you
bad
get.
pork chop.
Oh, that's a good part too. That's good.
All right, so you guys have eaten this meal that Finn has prepared here over a low flame, still looking around carefully and being aware of your surroundings. Is it your intent, again, to bed down here overnight, so let a few hours pass, and then try to sleep overnight here?
I think we have to. Remind me how to clear exhaustion. Is it on a short rest or a long rest?
Short rest, you get to make a saving throw to try to clear exhaustion, so go ahead and make a con save. It's just DC 10 to drop off 1 level.
In my favor, but not.
All right, unfortunately, not able to shake that level. This weariness sticks to you.
I didn't see the roll.
Yeah, he rolled it to GM. So yeah, that one is one that you could have if you wanted to. Just make that public.
It was a 6.
Oh, you wanted to be?
Okay.
Adam, can I just start collecting some little twigs and sticks and things, and I'm gonna sit down, and while we're resting, I'm gonna try to make a little totem that looks like Talhoun, but with a lance.
Okay. Do you have any skill at any of these things? Any kind of proficiency kits or tools that would apply here?
I mean, no.
Okay,
Not at all.
So you're basically just trying to make something simple and rough.
Yeah, just while I'm keeping my time, and I'll hang it from my staff.
All right, so I imagine you're finding like maybe some more pliable type of wood here that's still like kind of alive, and you're cutting off a little section and trying to peel it and bend it and all this. I mean, I would say
I guess I do have a herbalism kit, so I would use the tools from that, I would suppose, to help not make it as hard.
Yeah, I mean, that, sure, maybe like a little knife to cut and that kind of thing, but yeah, it doesn't turn out really looking like any kind of work of art or anything here. Basically what you're looking at is a very simple, twig man, and you don't have any way of, making him look much like Talhoun, so maybe you stab little eyes and that kind of thing. So maybe it looks like roughly humanoid, but hard to, do anything to make it look specifically like Talhoun at this point.
Other than the really long stick that I left out, poking like a lance.
Yeah, maybe you tie a little stick to his little stick hand kind of thing, sure.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'll just hang it on my staff while we're just sitting around the fire and eating.
Okay, fair enough. So it sounds like, again, bed down here overnight is the plan?
Yes.
All right, would you guys like to post watches?
I'll go first because my eyes are not great in the dark, so let me get the dusk hour.
Okay, I'll go next.
I can take the rest of the 4 hours. I only need half the night.
Oh, good. That means I get a lot of sleep. I like that.
Okay, fair enough. So first person that is taking watch is Reggie. So as the rest of the group is just kind of relaxing, and obviously you're weary, but maybe not sleepy quite yet, because again, it's not late. But, maybe people start nodding off, dozing off, that kind of thing, putting their backs up against trees or, laying more on this moss bed, setting up your tents, that kind of rough idea. Reggie, while you're doing so, go ahead and throw me a blind perception check. Yeah, all is quiet on this area. You see no real issues. Occasionally you can hear the sound of, birds moving or see some squirrels moving through on the ground. They seem to all keep a generous distance from your group, but they're, you can definitely hear them out there. Typical sounds of the forest, nothing here that surprises you. So that is the first watch, spends about 2 hours. Who is taking the second watch?
Bryn is going to take all 4 more hours because she's an elf.
Yep, I presume that would be like the last 4, right? So a total of 8 hours here. So if somebody else wants to do a 2, then Bryn can take the last 4.
I'll take one.
All right, go ahead and give me a blind perception check during your time.
Remember to look out for the bugs this time, Finn.
Oh, I know.
As your companions are resting inside tents here, and this might become important, so just to clarify, is everybody inside of a tent?
I would be.
How many tents do we only have 2, right? Or do we
have
more?
3, because we took 1 more from the loggers camp.
So who is it? Because I don't think Reggie would be able to fit with 2 people in there because he's wide, right? So I would assume Reggie's probably sleeping on the moss out by the tree, Adam.
Okay, fair enough. So we'll assume everybody's in a tent except for Reggie then. So, and Finn, of course, as well, because you're on your watch. So, Finn, as night begins to settle here, the sun has started to go down, and it's truly dark now as you're in the midst of your watch. You notice the moon hangs up in the night sky, and as that moonlight cascades down around the forest around you, you notice a very strange effect. The trees, the moss, everything around you that you are looking at during the day, now at night, as this moonlight is cascading upon it, you notice these trees actually appear to be rotten. This moss looks like a bone of little insects and animal bones scrawled all over the ground here.
I have a proficiency in Arcana. Can I shake my head and see if it's an illusion I've heard about?
Give me an Arcana check. Blind. You certainly have heard of illusions before, but illusions usually are, cast by spellcasters, have limited durations, that sort of thing. You're not really familiar of an illusion that starts looking one thing and then switches based on no real obvious change. But, hey, Faerun is certainly a magical land. Who knows what this might be?
So, those are not live bugs, right? You said they were kind of like just bones of bugs, or...
Yes, dead bugs, I would say, and bones of small animals.
And I see nothing threatening, right?
No, I mean, nothing obviously threatening. Again, the trees just look dead and desiccated, and there's like the group has their tents set up in these bone piles, that sort of thing. You don't see any what I would call obvious threats.
Finn's torn because he's he owns a tavern and an inn. He doesn't want to wake up his guests. He feels responsible, but this is alarming. I'm gonna wake up Bryn. Bryn, I know it's early for your shift, but
What? I was trancing.
look,
What do you want?
I know. I'm sorry. Do you see look at the trees on the moss? Do you see what I see, or am I going nuts?
Do I, Adam?
You do indeed, yes. This is a very disturbing look to you, Bryn, as you scan around. Again, the trees look all rotten. There's all these bones lying around. As you scan out to the depths of your dark vision, you see that it's really only this 30-foot circular area that you guys are in that it seems to have this effect. Beyond that, it looks like normal forest.
This is very strange. It only is surrounding us. Perhaps if we go further out, it will go away. That's what I'm seeing.
Ugh. But we need our rest. Our group needs to rest. Otherwise, we can't make it to the lodge.
I will sit with you, and if anything else comes to attack us, we will fight and wake up the others. But for now, let's just both of us sit here for the rest of the night. That is what I propose.
Yeah, okay. No, that's a good idea. You should probably drink that elixir I gave you now. Maybe it's a good time? I don't know.
The chocolate one?
Yes, the chocolate one.
Alright, I'll drink it, Adam.
Remind me what that one was, Finn?
So it's basically blessed for a minute only. So, but
Okay.
as we're looking around, she's gonna get +4 to any D20 she rolls. Yep.
1d4, right.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, Bryn. Let's take a look. Should we investigate? Look around?
Alright. I'll examine the dead bones.
Give me a blind investigation check. You find these piles of bones and dead bugs. As you touch them, they feel physical. You can feel the bones. They kind of clatter underneath your fingertips. It looks very strange, but it doesn't react in any kind of dangerous or anything that gives you cause of concern. Yeah, it just looks like you guys naturally set up in a little dead area.
Do you see any enemies?
No, I don't think so.
So I'm gonna let's look specifically. So we'll go to like the border of that, maybe just within 15 feet of the camp, and just look around. And I'm kind of almost holding Bryn's hand.
Okay, so you're at the edge and you're kind of just looking and scanning around?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, as you do so, Finn, you kind of are circling around looking at the edge of this. It looks very strange. It's almost like, again, a big circular area where someone could have like cut right into this, you know? So very, very strange. You're kind of just walking the edge. But yeah, again, it's like one area is fine and just a step over, it's not.
Are we cursed?
I feel like I've been cursed since I came to this land.
Well, I mean, I'll stay up with you. I have good constitution. I'll stay up with you, my friend.
It's fine if you want to go to bed. I think I can handle this on my own.
I don't think I'm very good at keeping watch. Okay. Well, I'm right here inside the tent with Misa. You wake me up if you see anything crazy, okay? Because I have my shield, my pot's lid, and I can help.
So it sounds like you want to walk back to the tent.
Yes.
All right, you start walking back to the area where all this dead stuff is, and you notice something strange. You don't spot the tents anymore.
Oh, I didn't think I'd leave the area.
No, it's just when you turned around, it's like they're gone.
Bryn, where are you?
You turn back looking for Bryn. Go ahead and give me a blind perception check. She was just here a moment ago. How far away could she really be? You do not see any sign of Bryn.
Bryn, guys! And am I still surrounded by dead things?
You are, yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna not wander too far. That's for sure. I know better than that. I'm gonna look for a place to like put my back under a tree, or find a place and just try to hide a little bit and just be quiet. I guess.
Hide from what exactly?
Yeah, exactly.
Stay out of any unknown eye shot. You look around.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit concerned here, looking for any kind of threats, any kind of dangers. You don't see any, but yeah, you back your back up into one of these rotten trees and just kind of look around, and your eyes focus, but there doesn't seem to be anything going on here. Finn, go ahead and give a public Constitution saving throw. All right, we flash back over to Bryn, where you are currently keeping watch. Finn had woken you and told you it was your turn to take watch. Everything was going normal here. A very pleasant evening. None of that stuff that was just described actually happened, but you certainly hear the sound of someone having really hard time sleeping. And as you peer over into the tent where Finn is, you see he is speaking in his sleep, and his body is constantly jerking backwards and forthward. You can see his body is sweating profusely. Finn, you suffer a level of exhaustion.
Poor little man.
Bryn, as you enjoy the rest of your 4-hour watch here, everything is nice and calm. The forest is just as you expected it to be. Nothing untoward else happens as you just kind of wait here, having done your trance, fully recovered, and eventually you see your companions beginning to rouse and awaken.
Oh, I had a nightmare. Guys, look, Bryn, are you okay? I emerged from the tent. Bryn!
Yes, I'm fine, but
I mean, if he's shouting, I think I would bolt awake and at the ready. What happened?
Wait a minute, Bryn. I had a nightmare. I guess this whole place was dead. Trees. It was like we're in an upside down. And we couldn't, everything looked dead, and it was just a whole nother existence.
Such an active little imagination. Although I did see some weird things last night when you were here, but as soon as you went away, everything was fine.
Yeah, I've had days and nights like that too. Sometimes something maybe was cooked too much or something, and so it just causes a stomach ache. Maybe that's what happened.
My food.
I don't know. I mean, depends on how I don't know.
Because I cooked it rather than eat it raw.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm just saying that sometimes it happens. Let's go.
It doesn't just sometimes happen, Kurtu.
You look okay, though.
Cursed. Something. Where's? Look at Reggie. Look at my eye. Look at my eye. Is there? Do you see? Is it dilated? Could you do a medicine check? Something?
Sure, Adam. I'll give him a general look over like any physician would, and I'll give him a Rafiki smack at the end of it.
Give me a blind medicine check here, Reggie. You can pretty clearly diagnose this as PTSD, perhaps the loss of a recent companion and a deep fear of whether or not you guys are going to make it back has caused a bit of anxiety in poor Finn.
Okay, Finn. I think I have what you need. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. Great.
And while he's doing that, Finn, what I'd like to, I don't mean to tell the obvious, but obviously if you fell asleep on your watch, you had a nightmare, you shouldn't sleep on your watch, and that wouldn't happen.
The stress is just piling up. Where's Misa?
So as you guys have slept here, even though this doesn't qualify as a long rest, I think it is fair to say that the rule of dropping a level of exhaustion makes sense because you're still sleeping. So Kat, I'm going to say that your level of exhaustion has faded away. Unfortunately, Finn, because of yours being applied in the night, yours is still on you.
You see Reggie like plucks a couple mushrooms off of his back. He's gonna twirl them into a braid, and he's gonna like grab your jaw and open it and say here, and shove it in and say chew, 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 chew. Open your eyes again. You're good. You're healed.
That did it? Okay. All right.
You shouldn't have nightmares for at least a week. The best thing that you can do though is just you need to find a way to say goodbye to Talhun. Do that and you should be fine.
I didn't have time. He would be at the lodge, at the Tiglo Tavern, just laughing it up and throwing game on the table, and I made him the best food.
You see this little stick guy here on my staff? It's my homage. I remember him here, and as I vanquish foes with this staff, I'll remember Talhun. You should find a way to do the same. You're talented.
But that doesn't look at all like Talhun.
That's for you. But for me, I remember him exactly as this. Strong, but flexible. Young, but old in spirit. And he should have kept that damn net.
Far too young. Oh, this adventuring's very dangerous. I'm gonna move in and hug Reggie.
We should get going. It'll be okay.
Come on, I've never hugged a turtle before. I've only cooked them. Come on, give me a hug with your little tiny arms.
I don't know if I should reward this behavior, but that's good role playing, so I gotta give Brian inspiration for that.
I don't know, Adam. He just said, hi, I haven't hugged a turtle. I've just eaten some of your friends before, so I don't know.
But I imagine someone like suffering from PTSD, and then they're like, hey, there's this friendly person that just helped me out. I'm gonna embrace it. Like, that's pretty good role play. I gotta give it for that.
I mean, I can
Feeling
imagine
pretty inspired.
I was gonna almost break down crying and just have Reggie have to do something. So yeah, I think I just need a hug.
I'll give you the most awkward turtle hug you've ever received. And it's kind of sticky.
How's that different from normal turtle hugs?
Not quite sure. I also have never hugged a turtle.
All right, well, once this little situation is wrapped up here, you guys have had an opportunity to drink some water from your water skins, perhaps eat a bite of rations. Is your plan to attempt to continue making your way to Falcon's hunting lodge?
I think, right, guys? To the best of our ability, at least.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
All right, so Reggie, go ahead and roll me a d6, please.
Why me?
Okay. And you're attempting to now lead the group in the same direction that you believe to be where Falcon's hunting lodge is. So give me another blind survival check as you attempt to do that.
Ooh, yeah, okay. I'm still doing it, eh? I guess I'm still the leader. Okie dokie.
We'll let you know after the rolls.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
We'll turn around if we see razor vines.
Hey, the razor vines pushed the boars back, so it was...
If we find a house with a bunch of boars in front of it, you're fired.
So give me another 1d6 here, please, Reggie.
Hey, can I give him? Can I help him and say, follow the pumpkin patches? I should lead us right to safety.
Okay. All right, wow, I can't believe these rolls. Okay, so here's what I'm going to explain. You guys emerge as you're moving through the woods and find yourself very close to the manse. You start to realize the surroundings. So literally what you guys just did is failed both of these checks, and the D6s were to indicate which way you actually went. So when you guys are traveling and trying to go southwest, you actually went northwest. So not way far off, but, you know, still a little bit off path. This time, as you guys gathered all your belongings and tried to continue essentially traveling to this direction, or you can't see that, but you're trying to travel to what you believe, right? So you believe you're here, so you're then trying to travel this direction, but you were off course once again, and based on the 3, you actually made your way back this way. So all this is to say that you now know clearly where you're at, but this whole event has gotten you completely turned around. So you've went out of your way. This path in the forest is very confusing. As you start to make your way this direction, though, you start noticing things that you even see now as you're getting closer, the manse off in the distance just through the trees.
I mean, we turn around, right?
Doesn't Bryn? Can Bryn help? Is Bryn? Don't you know how to survive?
Hang on, wait, didn't you say you wanted to find the manse?
No, that's...
You said follow the pumpkin patch, Finn.
Yes, I know how to survive, and here we are. We found it, so...
No, we're trying to go away from it, Bryn. Remember Falcon, his nice lodge?
This is not the lodge?
Maybe, no. Maybe Bryn can try this time.
Fine, I will try.
Okay, so Bryn, you take the lead from the group now, as I imagine several of you guys are because you realize you're not where you wanted to be. Tell me which direction you're attempting to go.
Let me move the map.
So obviously if you're getting closer to the Falcon's Lodge, it's pretty much either northwest or southwest. Those are the two most direct paths. So which of those two would you like to attempt to go?
South.
Southwest. Okay, go ahead and roll me a d6, please, Bryn. Okay, so you get to the manse, you start circling around this area, you realize you don't want to risk any dangers from the manse itself, so you kind of, loop around here, you're moving through the woods, again, it's easy to imagine that it should be really easy to find your way, but when you're in the woods, you're going over, different elevations, you're moving around trees, and it's pretty, it's not easy to make your way in deep, deep woods like this. But as you keep pressing on, Bryn, trying to go in the same direction that you think you're going, go ahead and roll me another blind survival check, please. And roll me a d6. Okay, and you continue moving in that direction, and you're hoping to find your way, but you realize you probably should have gotten to the lodge by now, but you do not see it. You're still in very deep, thick woods. You guys have been traveling for about a little bit longer than that, so Each of these paths is about 3 miles, so I would say you guys have been traveling for about 4 hours so far. You would have another 4 hours of travel during your day, but you realize if Falcon's Hunting Lodge is not here, clearly you're not in the right place.
Do we see any water?
Any kind of landmarks around at all? Like, do we hear, like, running water or?
You do not, no. You could always, some of you guys might think of this. You could certainly climb a tall tree and try to get a better scout out from the forest here to see if you could see anything. That's always an option.
I can do it. I think. No, maybe I shouldn't. Probably needs to be an athlete to do something like that.
Would it be athletics or acrobatics to climb a tree?
Athletics. If you started falling, I'd certainly let you make acrobatics to avoid that, though. And keeping in mind, climbing a tree is not really challenging, so unless you do something particularly crazy, it's probably not even going to require a check.
I'll climb a tree.
Oh, well, Kat, but before you do that, I mean, well, I could call a companion here. Get a view from up top.
Good idea. If you have something you can do.
I'll need a few minutes.
Is it another turtle?
No, turtles can't fly, doofus.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Sometimes, maybe. It is
What's a turtle
Faerun.
dove?
No.
Turtle.
Alright, Adam, I'm gonna use this. It's a new thing that came out for druids. I haven't used it yet, but...
Okay, and who would you like to summon as a Find Familiar?
I'm gonna summon a crow.
A crow. Okay, sure. So, how do you imagine that Reggie does this?
It grows out of a shell. It starts as like one of those little blue mushrooms, but then it kind of slowly builds up into this like bluish crow, and then it shakes, and it's off the blue, and then it's like a black crow, and it looks at you and cocks its head.
All right, nice. So it's a mushroom crow. I like it. All right, so as it's here on your shell, you can now control it, much like the same with the Find Familiar spell. What would you like to ask the crow to do?
I'm just gonna post the spell because I don't play as a wizard a lot, so I don't have this familiar spell. Let me just.
I would say don't worry too much. Real high level because it's a long spell. Basically, you can ask the familiar to fly around. If you're somewhat close to it, you can actually see through its eyes, and it can telepathically communicate back to you when it's somewhat close to you.
Yeah, so I'll just tell it to go up above the tree line as best as it can and do a scan. And once it gets up there, then I'll transport into its eyes and try to locate the direction that we need to go.
Okay, fair enough. So yes, this obviously will make it much easier as the crow can fly high up into the air, past the tree line, still be within 100 feet of you, and give good visual, and then you're seeing through its eyes to scan around. You realize that once again, as you're kind of higher up, you can see the manse. And you realize that you basically did this. You went northeast instead of southwest, and then you came south thinking the direction you were going. So unfortunately, you guys have had some of the worst rolls of survival I've ever seen in a group before, but you realize now that you are here, Reggie.
At this point, we might as well just go to the fucking road and walk back to Phandalin.
Well, if we're on this side, we're pretty close to where Connieberry was, I think, and I worry if we go in that direction, we may encounter some orcs. But I think if I can lead us with this, at least for an hour or so. If we ever leveled up, I could use a whole extra hour.
Well, where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Falcon's Hunting Lodge?
It's not up to me. I'm just saying. I was just raising the issue. If we go back out to the road, there's the issue of that Connieberry place that Falcon told us about.
Didn't we walk here from Falcon's Lodge? How come it's so hard to find a way back?
But now we have a bird. Let's follow the bird.
Okay, well at least you could point us in the western direction, right? I think we should have clear advantage in finding our way. The bird just tell it to fly towards the ocean. Can you do that?
I mean, I can just have it fly over us and every so often click over and check where we're at and then come back down, but I can only use it for an hour.
Yeah, but if it flies towards the ocean, we know that's west, and we'll have north, south, east, west, and we know hunting logs is to the west. So that's purely an advantageous situation.
Sure, yeah. Your call, guys. To the road or to the lodge?
To the lodge.
Bryn?
To the lodge.
Cat?
It sounds like we're going to the lodge.
Kurt?
But I swear to God, if we find this manse one more fucking time, I'm going to lose my mind.
Okay. Adam, I will lead us in a direction away from the manse. I'll try to lead us in. I know this is a little bit high level, but in this direction.
No, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, that makes sense that you're trying to lead that way. So again, with all of your misadventures to the woods so far, you guys realize you've been traveling for about 6 hours this day. So you travel and you attempt to go in that direction. Give me a blind survival check. I will give you advantage on this, thanks you have the advantage of the crow. Should be fairly easy to make your way. You're traveling mostly with the crow in this. And I would say you are quite confident that you have indeed made it to this hex. So this is about 8 hours of travel you guys have done through the woods. This is hard travel throughout the day. Again, stopping for water every now and again, but moving through thick forest is certainly not easy. So it is getting, not necessarily that it's late. You guys started off pretty early, but you've traveled for a good 8 hours now. So you can figure it's probably late afternoon at this point, and you realize you could certainly travel further, but you're going to be risking some exhaustion. What would you guys like to do?
It sounds to me like we can't travel without this crow.
And speaking of that, certainly 1 hour would be up and the crow would be gone.
So we wait for, I guess, another day in these woods. And then we try to make it back to Falcon's hunting lodge.
I'm not watching anymore. Last time there was bugs, and then I was cursed.
I'll take first watch.
Okay, so it sounds like you guys want to camp down here, wait a few hours, because again, and then try to sleep, and then try to get it like an early start in the morning.
What I'd like to do is hand wave this to get back to the fucking lodge, but it sounds like
Nope.
we're gonna
Leave
We'll
it up
let
to
it
the
roll.
we'll let up to the dice. Yep,
Yep.
That's what's happening.
All right, so we can certainly move forward a bit here. So we'll assume that you guys have bunked down for another day here, and you guys rest, relax, that sort of thing. In the middle of the night, as you guys all post watches, I will say that it really isn't going to matter who is on watch, because you're going to notice a large fire that you can see off in the great distance. So this is a fairly large fire. You can obviously see the sign, earlier in the day when it's not full dark, you can actually see smoke rising. This is late evening of your day of travel. I would say all of you certainly spot this. It's not particularly difficult, and you realize that based on direction and based on where you believe you are, that certainly seems to be coming from Falcon's hunting lodge.
Son of a bitch.
I guess we're not going to the lodge anymore.
We got.
Wait, it's on fire? Wait, I missed that. Does it look like the building's on fire? I can't see, guys. I'm not tall enough.
We can't see the building, but
It's that direction.
we were told that it's pretty obvious that, well, he shouldn't have sent us to the manse. This is all his fault, honestly.
This is terrible. Can it get any worse? Talhoun and now Falcon? I'm gonna start
Well,
shaking my hand.
Falcon's just a smart, resourceful guy. We don't know for sure. So I think now we start heading towards Phandalin. Does anybody object?
Well, I can't. I can't just let him die.
Says he's dead. Maybe he got away. But you really want to walk towards that? We can't travel anymore tonight. We're going to push exhaustion if we do. We're not going to be any help.
You're right. I mean, it's not like these aren't facts, but
Well, he sent us on this goat rope in the first place.
He told us that we could go, and we said yes.
He said he was well prepared.
I was going to say, in fact, if you guys remember, you will remember he said heading to the manse was low priority. It was something he did not think you should do until you were ready, and it was not something that you had to do. But you guys decided based on the time frame that the ranch didn't make sense anymore, and you didn't have anything obvious to do, so you decided to take on this lower priority task.
Listen.
Also known as, it's his fault.
He is a renowned hunter. He has set traps all over the forest. He can if he saw it coming, and he probably did because he had so many watchtowers posted. He knows this area better than any of us. If there's any chance, he could be dead, or he could have blown up his own lodge to stop an attacker. We don't know that for sure. But I think charging towards it is going to be hazardous for our health.
Guys, I think Kat's right. We need to get to Phandalin. I can't stand another loss in our party.
Does it look like the fire is spreading at all? Like coming this direction from like the smoke?
Give me a blind survival check as you try to gauge that as you look towards it there, Kat.
Blind check.
You don't think so. As you're looking at it, I mean, if it is, it's certainly not moving quickly or anything like that. As you watch it for, say, 30 minutes, because I assume you guys aren't doing anything immediately, you certainly see the bright red off in the distance, and you can see the smoke more than anything else, but you don't get the impression that this is like a fire that's raging and getting closer to you.
So, would it be fair for me to say that Kat thinks the lodge is burning down, but they didn't set the forest on fire?
I think it would be safe to say that Kat knows there's a big fire in that direction where the lodge is, and based on the events that have occurred here, it certainly seems like she could make the connection that the fire's at the lodge. As far as any forest fire burning around there, too hard to say.
Why don't we keep an eye on it? We don't want to be caught in a blaze. Maybe we move a bit away, if we can still move at all. If that makes us feel safer, but
I mean, we have a direction now. We can see it. It's 10 miles away, or so, right? I mean,
listen to me very carefully. The lodge is not an option anymore.
But why? Why would we not help Falcon?
Because by the time we get there, there's not going to be anyone to help.
I think he's right. We can't even find it. Well, now it's on fire. Now it's obvious.
Give you guys something pretty to look at while you're discussing.
Yeah,
I think it looks like they're busy.
As you're wondering this, Bryn, you heard your companions wondering the same question: is the fire spreading? But on a quick look, remember, this is still a distance away. I would say, again, the most prominent thing you're noticing is the smoke.
It could be that he knew we were lost, and so he put up a big fire so we could find him again. And he knows we like fire.
Do you really think he cares about us?
Well, you guys remember when we were at the manse the first time and you guys wanted to wait, the horn that was blown, those orcs that went running, well, they were running somewhere. That seems to be probably the direction they went.
More than likely, they knew we would go to Falcon's and tell him what happened at the manse, but somehow we got lost 4 times. I mean, that's what happened.
Dice decided that Falcon is in trouble, okay? It's not our fault. Not entirely our fault. Mostly our fault, but, you know.
My thought is, if we keep letting people get killed by these orcs, they'll get too bold.
And where is the biggest concentration of people left in the area?
I want to go there.
I want to go there, because once they're done with Falcon's Lodge, if you're right, where's their next step?
I don't agree.
The answer is Phandalin, okay?
We don't know that, but I think that, I mean, it's right there. We can make it. If
Maybe
anything,
we should go and at least scout and see. I mean, we don't have to go in the building. We can at least go out and see what's going on.
We're gonna see
Maybe
a
we
bunch
can
of
help.
boars and orcs who've destroyed it and who've set up a perimeter around it or something.
We barely survived a fight with one of them and his pets. Do you really want to charge in there? If they're burning Falcon's Lodge, they overcame all of his defenses. Do you think that we are better equipped than the revered hunter who has lived in these woods for many, many years?
Well, let's take it from a different direction if I can, okay? Let's go ahead and consider your idea, but for a different reason, right? Maybe we go to Phandalin to warn them about what's going on. That way there, we at least know we're being helpful to people, and that makes a difference, you know.
Yeah, that's the point. These orcs are active in these woods, and quite frankly, I don't even think we could find Falcon's Lodge, even though it's burning in the middle of the day. So let's get to the road and save our friends.
We can't find the tree in front of us.
We're gonna try to go there and we're gonna end up at the manse again. But it's gonna be empty this time.
Hey, look, guys, a pumpkin patch. We must be close.
For as good as you guys' roles were in that combat, your survival skills are terrible.
Look, I'm gonna fix it, okay? I'm taking level and ranger next level. If
Hey,
we get
Vic, I was just gonna say, Vic, could you make a ranger or a thief scout, please?
On it.
All right, so as we're at the end of our session time here, guys, I'd like to just get an idea of what your plan is. Is it head to Phandalin? Is it head to Falcon? Something else? Can we get an agreement on next actions?
My proposal is we get out of these woods, we find the trail, and we start heading back towards Phandalin. Does anybody disagree?
Nah, I'm good with that. I think that'll be okay for me.
I disagree, but I will follow the party's main intention.
That's fine with me.
All right, so I'm hearing Phandalin. It sounds like it has majority support. So again, intention, I assume, is try to head straight south, get to the path, and take that back to Phandalin. Fair enough?
Yeah, good luck.
With the bird, we can make it.
I don't get my bird. If we don't go with my plan, then it's gonna be it's not
Fine,
a bird.
fine. I'll roll survival next time, just for you. Okay.
All right, so with the plan in place, the group is going to intend to get out of the forest, going straight south, and then following that trail back to Phandalin to let them know about the fire that they've seen nearby Falcon's hunting lodge. All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this session. We had a long combat and then some interesting results wandering the forest here. You probably never look at the forest the same again, right? But yeah, we will pick this up next week and see where the adventure takes us. Have a great night, everybody.
Yeah,
So,
good job, guys.
Hey, have a good one, everyone.
Have a
Enjoy.
good night, all.